Alright guys, get right into it. I'm just gonna hop into the semis here. First up we got the block up. I know it goes immediately to the build screens. I think it copied the space as well. Okay, yeah. How's everybody doing? Hope things are going all right. Okay, so we do have. I'm gonna butcher your name. I apologize in advance. Hepidors. Yep, Hepidors. I'm gonna assume that G is silent. Hepidors up against Hayseed. Hayseed I've seen quite a few times, and hopefully they can put on a good showing. Actually, maybe I'm just confusing them with somebody else. I swear there's a player out there called Hayseed that I've seen a few times. Hey there, JP. Hey, Shirioki. How are you guys? Doing all right? How'd the tournament go? Also, JP, I wanted to ask, why do you do 3 rounds? Is it just like to keep it short, like to minimize the amount of drops? Because if so, I'd understand that. There's way too many drops in Swiss tournaments. I've just been meaning to ask, but every time, like, I think about asking during like the random casting days, I just forget after the stream. So I'm just like, eh. Faster? Yeah, shorter. Yeah, I get you. Honestly, excuse me. They're really short in general. The land battle Swiss tournaments are because, man, oh man, I love running domination tournaments, but God, the Swiss take so freaking long. Like, I'm talking. Sometimes I'll have a Swiss tournament, especially a new player one. You know, new players need their time. Sometimes it'll take 3-4 hours. And it's just like exhausting. I'm just tired by then, but I don't even want to touch Total War for the rest of the night at that point. Well, with this the Swiss land battle tournaments, even new player tournaments, are just like relatively quick. I mean, obviously there's differences between the game modes, but I guess that's the whole point. Is like Swiss land battle tournaments, I don't mind so much, even if they go to the full 4th rounds plus semifinals, plus semis and finals. But 3 isn't like a nice, I guess, round soft spot. Another new player tournament where I lose to the Hayseed and miss out for. Oh no, Shiriyuki. I feel you. I feel you. I understand. Don't worry, you'll make it. What is this? Have you been? Is this? How new are you? Like, is this your first tournament showings? The Swiss, the RTK's new player tournaments. Do you play in Do you play in the Rat Ogre tournaments too for Human Boy? But all right, we got the Tomb Kings up against Warriors of Chaos. Cetra, the This is a freaking fight. Hell yes. Okay. In lore, Cetra kind of whoops. I think Cetra. I'm pretty sure Cetra kills Kolek, but in this game, it would never happen. You would never see Cetra kill Kolek unless he's like Kolek's on his last limb, being routed off or something. Even like if Kolek has like 5% HP left, if Kolek hits Cetra's just gonna get smashed to pieces in this game. But still, very cool to see both of these giants here. especially considering Kolek, or rather Cetra, is on his War Sphinx. Very awesome. He does have Wrath of Patra, Blessed Blade of Patra, Jav's Incantation, and Urisen's Incantations of Vengeance. For those aspiring Tomb Kings players, Tequila Sunset and a few other people have got me on to using Urisen's Incantation. This is a really, really good spell. Like, for how much winds you're using, and for how much damage it does, plus the speed debuff, it's essentially a Melkos, but kind of Fate of Buna as well. It's really freaking good. And yeah, just I would always recommend taking this spell as a Team Kings now from what I've seen in play, in use. But as well as the Restless Dead, you can be proccing that Restless Dead with the relatively cheap spell of the Incantation of Cursed Blades. Skeleton Spearman, what is this line? Formation. Skeleton Warriors, Tomb Kings with Tomb Guard with Halberd, not Tomb Kings. A Bone Giant, a big old boner giant. He's got that anti-large magical missiles to do pretty good here against the Warriors of Chaos, against any trolls, Kolek, giants, etc. Chosen of the Gods, Ushapti Great Bow ROR, gonna do great against infantry. They have this little burst type missile that spreads out and hits like it's much better against packed up infantry like Chaos Warriors. We also have a normal Ushapti Great Bow, better against monstrous infantry, single entities, etc. Eyes of the Desert, Sepulchral Stalker ROR, fantastic unit. Stock, anti-large and melee, magical attacks, magical ammunition, fantastic AP ammunition. You know how it is. You've seen my cast before. You know I love those guys. I think that's it. Okay. For the Warriors of Chaos side, we do have a front line of Marauders. No Warriors of Chaos. We do actually have one Warriors of Chaos, being the Halberd variant, and that's going to be help taking down Cetra and all that. But for the main bread and butter of the army, we'd have Kolek Sun Eater with Lord of the Storm and Tempest Rage, plus Star Crusher for that weapon strength increase. Chaos Sorcerer of Shadows for Pit of Shades and Okram's Mind Razor. I don't know where the Okram's Mind Razor fits in. I guess just to beef up Kolek. But we also have a Chaos Giant, very cool. Not typically something I would bring against Team Kings, but I mean, just in the semi-finals here for the Warpstone Cup, you saw a freaking giant brought against the Tomb Kings by Alfredino. So you know, it has its merit. I've actually done it before. I've done it once as the Greenskins against the Tomb Kings, and it turned out well. It was a double giant build against Tomb Kings, and they killed one, but the other one saved the day and clutched out for me. So you know, cool to see. Skull Crushers of Khorne as well. Hell yes. Okay, we have double Skull Crushers. I love it already. I'm already rooting for freaking Hayseed here. I mean, how can I not root for double freaking Skull Crushers plus Kolek? That's just not fair. I have to root for Hayseed. Skull Crushers are awesome. They look great. Anti-large, and got those pretty nice AP, nice AP weapon strength, plus pretty good charge bonus. Love these guys a lot. Very expensive though. But Boner Giant already shooting in, getting some shots into the Marauders along with the oh, I missed the Blessed Legion of Fakata. They were shooting in as well. Kolek, Hayseed was playing it smart, keeping Kolek behind the ridge here to avoid any missile fire, and now he's finally getting him into battle here, especially on top of the Chosen of the God. That's exactly where he wants to be. Taking out those models there. Skull Crushers get hit by Ursin's Incantation, and they're taking quite a bit of damage there, reducing them pretty badly in terms of speed. These Skull Crushers are also taking some pretty good shots in from the Eyes of the Desert. Oh my god, that is some Last Samurai stuff right there. Kolek's gonna come over and try to help out though. They do have charge bonus, or defense versus large, excuse me. So they won't take that bad of a hit from the Skull Crushers in their initial charge. But with Kolek helping out, that might turn very sour there for those guys. Chaos Giant is getting in there on top of Cetra and just battling out there with him. We do have the Blessed Legion shooting into the back of the Chaos Warriors, which is beautiful. Shooting into their back, or rather, they're not even like back face to them. They're not. Yeah, they're just taking it straight to the face. But yeah, it's reducing their armor down to 80, which is nice. Helps out those Skeleton Warriors a fair bit. Ushapti Great Bow are also shooting into the Chaos Giant. Chaos Giant definitely needs to continue pushing on to fight Cetra or push over to obstruct these guys. Actually, the Halberds are going to do that. Beautifully played there by Hayseed. Good choice. We're going to have Kolek popping Star Crusher and Tempest Rage, giving him a beefy stats up to 90 melee attack and a 1000 weapon strength. That is insane. He should absolutely destroy the Bone Giant if he's not constantly being forced to attack the Skeleton Spearman, which he seems to be. Skull Crusher's sandwich in those Eyes of the Desert and finish them off. That is a nice catch there for the Warriors of Chaos. But the issue is that the Skull Crushers are so beat up. I mean, this one's about to rout there, being shot by the Eyes of the God. Only 9 models left, and there they go, routing. These guys still have 24 models left, but fairly beat up, almost a quarter of their HP, really. Kolek is jumping through the back line there and running through the Marauders. That's exactly what he wants to be doing there. He's a wonderful anti-infantry monster on that War Sphinx. He's doing fantastic work. He also causes terror too. The Chaos Giant is trying to catch him out, but it's taking quite a while. Chaos Giants are very, very slow, or Giants in general. Chaos Warriors take a beautiful Pit of Shades there and absolutely delete them. They are now in crumbling, and we'll see if they come back from that, if their leadership stabilizes. Upshapti are back up and shooting again at Kolek, which is good. They need to be shooting at Kolek, slowly whittling that guy down, as there's no healing on the Warriors of Chaos at the moment for Kolek. If they can rout him off, that could turn things around for the Tomb Kings. And to be fair, things for the Tomb Kings aren't looking too bad. It's just they've lost quite a bit. I saw a Lord of the Storm there hitting the Skeleton Spearman. That was pretty nice. But that's the first one I've seen so far. Not a lot of great targets for it. Mostly just skeleton chaff. Kolek is now chasing down the Chosen of the Gods. That's what I meant to say. Chosen of the Gods, not Eyes of the Gods earlier. But nonetheless, Chaos Giant already picking up some chevrons there. He's going to be making his way over to Cetra. Try to chase him down, pin him down. And Kolek is going to continue pushing after the Chosen of the Gods. That's exactly what he needs to do. He needs to shut those beauties down. Get them to stop shooting at his precious infantry and Chaos Giant. There's nothing really else that can shut down Kolek here. The Bone Giant needs to get back up and shooting. He needs to get out of this infantry. He's just being buried in infantry right now, and that is not what he's good at. He needs to either be put on guard mode, forced to shoot, or being taken out. And he seems to be on guard mode at the moment being forced to shoot, but he does end up missing that crucial shot, unfortunately. And now the Chaos Giant has caught up to him and is starting to give him a good old beating. That Boner Giant falling might spell the end there for the Tomb King. Same with the Chosen of the Gods. Citra is good, but he's not that good to be able to clutch it out there. Another Lord of the Storm there, I think it's called. Hitting the Blessed Legion. Does okay work, not too shabby. Yeah, its AP is mostly wasted on these skeleton archers, but still good nonetheless. A Pit of Shades coming in here, hitting the Skeleton Spearmen, but it's mostly going to be picking up most of its value here on these Tomb Guard, which is great stuff, right? That's probably where the Lord of the Storm should be going on, as a Tomb Guard. But that does some good damage there. Kolek is going to be retreating into the forest there to try to mitigate some of that damage from the Blessed Legion. We'll have them waste a bit of their ammo into those trees there. We do have the Chaos Sorcerer Lord coming, or rather the Chaos Sorcerer coming over to stop them from shooting. Almost puts them into critical binding there, down to 19 leadership. Kolek. Yeah, it's going to buy Kolek time to either go around or actually come over to shut them down completely, which is probably the best choice. It's a very tight game, but I really, really think that the Tomb Kings are probably going to be shut out here, especially if the Chaos Giant fells Cetra here. He's taking quite a bit of damage from this anti-infantry lord, but Kolek is going to come over here and seal the deal. Actually, he doesn't even need the help. Chaos Giant shuts down good old Cetra there, and that'll be spelling the end for the undead of the Nehekar Deserts. Love that kaiju battle there with the Chaos Giant, Kolek, and Cetra. Plus the Bone Giant, of course. The Bone Giant not being that. I can't believe I missed the Chosen of Corn. I can't freaking believe that. What the heck? I missed the Chosen of freaking Corn, and they got 1,500 value. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, Hayseed. I can't believe you brought such a Chad build into this, and I missed one of the coolest units on the freaking in the army. 166 kills, excuse me, 1,400 values, just murdering through skeletons. I mean, oh my god, yeah. If I had knew that they were there, I would have also counted them to the fact into the balance of power there. Because what could they have done against the chosen if Cetra fell there, or if Cetra was so low HP and still had to do with the chosen? 1835 value here on Cetra. He did some pretty good work, but he had a lot to contend with. He had Kolek, he had the Chaos Giant, and he had the Skull Crushers. Plus, not only that, the freaking chosen, which I missed out on apparently. But yeah, Cetra had a lot to deal with, and there was just too much to protect. I think the build is fine. Probably going a little bit too much on the anti-large range components here. I think either dropping the Boner Giant or dropping one of these Shopti Great Bow is probably the best call here, because then you already have 4 pieces here that you need to take care of. Bone Giant is okay. He's not great in melee. He can hold himself for a little while, and he does have quite a bit of HP, but he's not suited for melee. You always want to keep him up and shooting. And this just might be a little bit too much to protect, especially if you have no like carrion or skeletal horsemen to hold things back. Skeletal horsemen are fantastic, and especially because they're very cheap and essentially unbreakable. Really, I mean, yeah, they crumble, but they take a long time to crumble with them being undead, so they can hold the line for a while, hold something back in their flank. 658 here on the Blessed Legion, 1231 on the Shopti. They did good stuff. 1783 on the Chosen of the God, 991 on the Eyes of the Desert. Yeah, I would say one of the breaking points there for the Team Kings was getting those Eyes of the Desert sandwiched, caught out. It was really, really tough there, as, again, they're one of your best units at keeping Cav at bay, and even like using those elite missiles at shooting into single entities as well. They're fantastic. Bone Giant didn't get that much value, 616. 2209 on the big man Kolek himself, beating down on the Bone Giant and Eyes of the Desert, etc. Did some great work with those Eyes of the Storm, I think it's called again. Keep forgetting what it's called. 974 here on the Chaos Sorcerer. 1113 here on the Halberds. 1493 on the Chosen. 2571 on that Chaos Giant. I mean, to be fair, as a Team Kings, do you expect a build like this? I mean, especially as a newer player, but just in general, like that's a lot of HP to deal with. Both Collect the Chaos Giant, and then Skull Crushers as well. Skull Crushers didn't even do that great. They did okay. 700 value here and 900 value on this one. But yeah, the Chaos Giant did fantastic, picking up 3 chevrons there. And yeah, doing great work. GG's, yeah. Well played, Hayseed. Well played to both players, excuse me. Let me hop into the other one real quick. Third week since I started MP. Into all but one new player tournament. I was also on my Dom one. Were you on my Dom one? Cool. Sorry, I didn't notice. There's like a lot of players you have to like. Maybe you were. Yeah, I think you were my. Yeah, you were. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, you've played. Was it What else, or was this Skaven? You helped me test the Kislev stuff against the. You helped me test the Doomflayers. Yeah, I remember now, Suriki. Sorry about that. I forgot you for a second. I remember now. Thought I saw you somewhere recently. Yeah, just keep at it, Shiryuki. Maybe you master both the Dom and Land Battle like Tim the Wilder has. And Alfredino. Already starting off the stream with a good match there, folks. Hopefully we can get another good one in. Black screen on Twitch. I wonder why. Let me see if I can. I am live on YouTube. Let me. I did see that earlier. I didn't know if it would fix itself. In that case, yeah, just hop over onto my YouTube channel and I'll fix that another time. Thank you for letting me know. I was trying to figure that out before the stream. I figured maybe it would just fix itself. I don't know why it'd be a black screen, but thanks for letting me know, Hardboiled. Let me see if I can do something about that real quick. In the meanwhile, while we're waiting for these two wonderful players here. We do have the Chaos Dwarves versus Vampire Counts. That should be a fun match. Is that the reason why? Let me see. I think I know why. Let me see real quick. Oh, things are loading in. Let's fix that later. Let me close this, close my blocker. There we go. We're all good to go. I think I know why. Twitch has like different maximum bit rate, I think, for their site as opposed to YouTube. Astrogoth Ironhand will be leading the Chaos Dwarves. We do have Black Hammer of Hushut and his Stone Mantle as well, increasing that physical resistance, reducing the speed for as he takes damage. Kind of go overdrive as well. I don't know if you actually play for that. I don't remember. But we also have a Infernal Castellan. He does have Breath of Hatred. Cool. I never see this ever. Melee attack buff plus flaming attacks and sundered armor for allies around him, which is pretty nice if you want to give an elite core. We also have a Demon Smith Sorcerer, and presumably with, yes, Reforge for that Demon's Tongue we got there, plus Burning Head and Flamestorm. Going double cast. Wow, Astrogoth has no, okay, yeah, no spells on Astrogoth. We're going to go full spells here on Demon Smith Sorcerer. That makes sense if you're going to bring them for the Reforge, so. Goblin Laborers will be the front line, along with some Chaos Dwarf Warriors with great weapons. Don't really like these guys, but we'll see how they do. We also have the Infernal Ironsworn. Hell yes. Pretty good holding unit there. 125 armor, 64 melee defense, and got that expert charge defense as well, plus those blasting charges. Also the Blazing Beards. pretty good as well, holding 54 melee defense. They have flaming melee attacks, just like the Infernal Ironborn. Infernal Ironborn, however, do have magic attacks. Yeah, flaming attacks obviously being good against an undead faction who have a lot of healing and regen. The Immortals, freaking yes. Yeah, so it does pair well with the Infernal Castellan right here with that Breath of Hatred. Gonna be buffing these guys up. These are absolute blenders. They will blend through any chaff you throw at them, and they will destroy Graveguard and do pretty good into Karen Wraiths too. So I really look forward to seeing how those guys do. That is it though for the Chaos Dwarf side. I love that army. We have the Vampire Counts. I already don't like it because it has Manfred von Baldstein here. He is on his dragon with raised words hard. Gaze, Raised Dead. Got Invocation as well, plus Spirit Leech and Nabuna. Kind of too many spells there. We might want to cut it down on those. Obviously, newer players gotta just an FYI for later on. You're not gonna be able to cast all those spells. Just not. Alfred, what the hell? Manfred is pretty good at generating winds with those sort of unholy powder. You can generate a lot of winds, but you're generally gonna only want to cast like 2 or 3 spells at max, 3 max. But zombies will be the front line. We also have Karen Wraith on both flanks and one in the center as well. 3 Vargeist, massive Vargeist rush here. And we do have a Necromancer on a corpse cart on Holy Loathsome, presumably. Yes, with the regen and that Forbidden Rod. Gonna be shorting that Forbidden Rod for that power recharge rate. Devils of Schwarzhofen as well. So 4 Vargeist in total. Wait, 1, 2, yeah, 4. Couldn't count there. But a nice Gaze of Nagash coming over to Ashergoth. He is a pretty good fighter, so he can contest with Manfred there. I understand wanting to try to take him out from a range. We do have a Spirit Leech and Gaze hitting him. Going to be slowly whittling him down. We do have the Demon's Tongue already getting some nice flaming breath into those zombies there. Going to be running through those guys eventually. But we do have the Chaos Dwarf Warriors getting into the zombies. I presume that the Chaos Dwarf Warriors, even with their relatively stats, 30-34, they shouldn't theoretically take that much damage against zombies. I mean, if much at all. But the Karen Wraith are there. They're going to be going on top of them, overlaying with those zombies there and chewing through that Chaos Dwarf Warrior armor. Zombies are gone, absolutely disintegrated by those Blazing Beards blasting charges. The Infernal Ironsworn do take a charge there from the Vargeist. Vargeist are very, very heavy AP based with that Frenzy there as well, bringing up another 10 damage. But they're doing great into those Infernal Ironsworn, who do get that Breath of Hatred, giving those flaming attacks plus Armor Sundering, and now they're up to 66 melee attack. They should be doing some great work into the Vargeist. And yeah, look at those freaking Vargeist, man. They are taking so much damage. A beautiful breath attack going to be coming in here. Going to be layering on those Goblin Laborers, the Immortals, and the Blazing Beards. That is a wonderful breath attack there. Iron Demon shooting into those Devils of Schwarzhofen, doing some pretty good work there and providing that burn to leadership debuff. A Spirit Leech hitting that eating the Astrogoth. But we also get a, what is it? Flaming something. I forgot what it's called. Where's the Demonsmith even at the moment? Here he is. Flamestorm, there we go. Does beautiful work there, but it also does a bit of friendly fire into those Immortals. Will it continue moving on? I think it will end up dispelling here in a second. Yeah, it doesn't make its way to the Karen Wraiths, but the Karen Wraiths are close to disintegrating anyways. Negative forward leadership. Got a big old blob here. Infernal Castellan is trying to shoot into Manfred, but he is obstructed at the moment. He's got too many Chaos Dwarfs, so he's looking up and he might get a shot in. Will we get another breath attack here, or is it an invocation? No, we get I think a Raised Dead. So, Raised Dead and bringing in those zombies. Going to be layering on top of those Chaos Dwarf Warriors, trying to slow those guys down. Another breath attack coming in here on the Infernal Castellan, though. I think there may have been a mistake. Definitely would have been worth doing it on the Immortals, but it might have been a misclick. Another Gaze of Nagash hitting Astrogoth. Not going to do so great that time. You have bodies and bodies of undead layering on top of these Chaos Dwarf Warriors, and they are going to finally eventually rout Demon Smith. He's not doing so great. He is surrounded. Now the Demon's Tongue is also getting hit by Manfred. But Demon Smith's Tongue is possibly going to get away. Going to be running through this mass here, but might not be a great idea as the Vargas might be able to pin it down with the and surround it with Manfred. Manfred is getting some shots in there. Reforge is going to be thrown on top of it, healing it up. And how's it doing so far? 125 kills, 1362 value. Pretty good there. Astrogov, he's fighting. He's grinding down these undead and trying to chew through the rest of them. A beautiful flamestorm here. Going to be ripping through these zombies and Vargas there. Plus the Karen Wraiths. It does actually a little bit of damage to the Karen Wraiths, but it is actually going the other way, fortunately, for the vampire counts. And the Karen Wraith might be able to come back from that with an invocation. Demon's Tongue being chased, continued to be chased down by Manfred, but seeing the Immortals come over along with Astrogoth, he is going to dip out of there and says because he does not want any of that. He doesn't want any of those fists. He's a little too scared for that. Vargas going to be jumping down on these Goblin Laborers, plus the Infernal Iron Sword. Going to do some pretty good damage on that charge. They do have a pretty okay charge bonus of 29 with that Frenzy, but again, they're going to be taking some pretty considerable damage back, as the Infernal Iron Sword are no joke. This is another undead summon. Yes, we do have another summon in of zombies, layering again once on top of these Immortals and the Infernal Castle. Actually, I think the Immortals might actually get out of there. We do have a few unfortunate souls being stuck there, but another Spirit Leech hitting Astrogoth, going to be slowly whittling him down some more. Manfred jumping down there and trying to finish off those Infernal Iron Sword, and they do end up getting Terror routed. Balance of power looking to be going in the Vampire Count's favor there. We do have a pretty tight damage value lead for Kato here, but it's very tight, like 300 or so within margin of each other. Chaos Dwarf Warriors coming back. We do have some Goblin Laborers as well coming back, but aside from that, a lot of other Chaos Dwarf infantry has left and is being chased out by zombies. Demon's Tongue still up and about, causing an absolute mess. 4,500 value, 4,500 HP, still up, kicking. And does the Demon Smith have another Reforge just in case? Demon Smith actually does get routed off, but it doesn't have any more Reforges anyways. But I'm not sure if there was any more Winds of Magic to be used. If so, it coming back could, be pretty useful. But I don't think it's coming back with those King Raids chasing it off. Necromancer just hiding out in the woods there. And I do think this will be going to the Vampire Counts, as Astrogoth does get routed off and potentially, there he goes, he's shattered. And that will be going to the Vampire Counts. Well played to both players. I loved the Chaos Dwarf build there, but it really was just too many bodies from the Vampire Counts. And the Vargas just did beautiful work, getting those Psycho Charges in, doing fantastic AP damage into those Chaos Dwarfs. And honestly, I think the Chaos Dwarf Warriors with great weapons definitely aren't the best choice. Especially considering the Vampire Counts are typically going to bring mostly zombies and skeleton chaff. But 491 here for Astrogoth. Yeah, he didn't do so great, unfortunately for him. He is a pretty good fighter, but he's mostly just swarmed by undead, or like undead chaff, really. Wasn't able to actually get any actual decent fighting in, really. And considering he didn't bring any spells, he was mostly just there as a melee fighter. So 982 on Infernal Castellan. Yeah, he did alright. I'm not sure how I like the pick. Especially considering that your elite little core there was mostly just kind of being harassed by the Vargas and by Manfred with his breath attacks. It's a bit tough there with running a small elite infantry core like that. And the Infernal Castle, it is cool though, theoretically, with the Infernal Castle and buffing them up, and then slowly whittling down any undead lords, sniping them out. But the Infernal Castellan, I've talked about before, he does some good work sometimes on occasion, but a lot of the times he's just obstructed, so he can barely even shoot. But this is this is the second time I've seen him in the new player tournament, and this time both times he's done all right. I mean, the other time he did better, but this one he still got 942 value there. It's not too 982, excuse me, not too shabby. 1471 on the Demon Smith Sorcerer, some decent Flamestorms there. I don't know, I couldn't think of the name for that spell, but it is what it is. But yeah, look at that. The Chaos Dwarf Warriors with great weapons didn't get a whole lot of value as they're mostly just chewing through chaff. 501 here on the Blazing Beards. It did fine. 599. 931 on the Immortals, who are unfortunately not immortal. Though it was very cool seeing them. They just didn't do that great. 2220, or actually 2020 on the Demon's Tongue. That did some good stuff there. And those Reforges really kept it in the game. 3456 on Manfred. Everything else. Generates did fine. I didn't even see the Dire Pack. Professional streamer, am I right? 1565 there on those VAR guys. 1247, 529, 601. I really think the VAR guys there were the bread and butter for Manfred. Did fantastic work. I'm not for sure if this is going to be the same lobby, but I'll back out just in case. As far guys, right? I always get names mixed up. What's the one? What's the what is it called? The bat thing. Vargolf. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking there for a second. Wait, did I get it mixed up with the Vargolfs? No, Vargolfs are I got it right. Yeah, let me see which lobby it's going to be. Hmm. I knew that he would bring it. Sorry, I'm just catching up on chat here a little bit. I don't think anybody has hosted one. I just do it now, I suppose. People aren't gonna host. What is the map here? I can do it. Chill flow. Let me add the player slot. There we go. Let me see who won. I didn't actually see who won. I didn't see the name rather of who won. Ah, yeah. Auto. There we go. Sorry, I just wasn't paying attention much to names there. Yeah, JP1. Let's see here. 1 second. Do. Okay, let me catch up on chat and whatnot while we wait. All right. Yeah. I think the map there for the Tomb King side against that Warriors of Chaos against Hayseed there. I think they're kind of that was tough for the Tomb Kings because a lot of their units kind of were able to kind of dodge the incoming damage that could have been done on a more open map. Thanks to the environment, like the trees and whatnot. By the time the Bone Giant actually got to shoot at valuable targets there, it was already too late because they were already in your front line. Yeah, that in particular is probably why probably wouldn't bring the Bone Giant there, but I guess obviously it depends on the map. Bone Giant would probably be better on a different map. But yeah, even the Halberd Snakes did great, even with Halberd Snakes. Are you talking about the Necro Knights? Is that what you're thinking of? Yeah, but also yeah, I just like the build. Dude. That build was fun. I always love a big old monster mash. Let me make sure to send Kato over the invite link. I don't know if he's actually. It's hard to tell from the menu up. A lot of stuff. Yeah. That's very true. I wish there was like kind of like a database, I suppose, or some sort. Obviously, that's asking too much, but it sucks as a newer player. Like trying to know all the maps and trying to like properly get a good visual on what to expect because the mini map is okay, but like it's very minimal. Like look at what you see here. Like there's barely anything on it, and you can just like you can think, okay, maybe there's like a ridge, some ridgy stuff here, and a little trees. But I don't. It's just. Yeah, I think it's too. What's the word for it? I don't think it's really enough to properly represent a map because I don't know. I've played the game for so long and I still don't know a good majority of the maps, and I bring the wrong build against certain players or against certain factions, and it just screws me because I forget, or rather, I don't know that on this map they can vanguard like right behind you, or that they specific trees on this left-hand flank is gonna be able to hide a lot of my enemy's troops, mitigating any of the damage I could have done with my artillery. You know. Too sketchy in the literal sense. Yeah, there you go. And yeah, you could say like, oh, you know, it'll be over time and stuff like that. Anybody like me who has like the worst memory of all time, it's gonna take way too long, especially if there's more than just like a handful of maps, and there obviously is in land battles. So it's just a good majority of the time I can't remember. And there's always gonna be like these small, like minuscule details which you'll miss. Like, oh my god, I forgot that there's some trees on this specific part of my side where um, if I'm not careful, my enemy can sneak up on me through. You know, that's obviously kind of an extreme example, but you understand what I'm talking about. I'm not sure if Kato is there or not, but part of the reason I play simple fix get good. Wait, Naidu, are you a bone ripper? Did you graduate to a bone ripper? Same. Part of the reason I play manufacturers is so I don't have to worry about map knowledge as much. Yeah, that helps a lot with as melee factions, because especially if you rely on and it's weird because maybe 2/3 of the tournament maps are basically flat plains, but the rest of them have pretty significant terrain. I do wish more to you know, stray from what I was saying. I kind of do wish there was more maps with significant terrain, but I understand why there isn't, obviously, because you kind of want to create a balanced environment. And if one side is obviously worse terrain, has the worst side of the terrain, then you know that's screwing them a lot. Like if you put one whole part of one map aquatic, then in the other map like full of forest, then who really gets the advantage there? It's just tough. Or when it gets full plains there, then obviously the person on the plains is gonna have a better time. Unless, you know, you're playing Lizardman on the aquatic side. Or rather in water. But you had made an Excel for turn maps long ago? I don't think I've seen it. You should you mind posting it in here, or you mind posting it in the RTK public tournament chat? Yeah. I don't think I've seen it yet. There's one for the Dom, but I haven't seen it. But I haven't seen the line battle one. Yeah, yeah, send it over. We finally get Kato in here. Kato. Nardu, if I check right now in the Human Boy Discord, you're telling me you're not a bone ripper? You better not be lying to me. All right, I'm checking. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Nardu. Bone Ripper. Wow. Banned. Banned. Block user on YouTube. Let me see. Let me find you on Discord again. Right click, block. Do you think it's worthy of a relook at again, Nergos PA? Or you think it's still as fine as it is? Bye, Nardi. Sorry. Lie to me again. See what happens. Oh, sorry. I have to ready up. I forgot. As a host, you have to ready up. Ah, Nardu, I can't believe you're a freaking bone ripper. Look at you growing up. No wonder you played Dark Elves. You're grown up, of course. You're past your edgy Slanesh phase and have grown to learn and appreciate other factions. Clap for Nardu, everybody. Clap for Nardu. Everybody clap. Nardu is showing their signs of being an adult Warhammer player. Nardu's all grown up. We do have for Hayseed, we do have good old Kolek again. I see Hayseed is on that Kolek rampage. We do have Kolek with Lord of the Storm, Tempest Rage, and Star Crusher. I really appreciate in the Kolek today. This is twice I've seen him, and I am loving it. We have a Chaos Sorcerer, Lord of Slanesh. Lord, why do we keep saying course? I don't know, it just blends well. Saying Chaos Sorcerer, Lord, and Chaos Sorcerer, whatever. Hysterical Frenzy for that melee, that increase when weapon strength, increase slicing shards as well, plus Pavane. And he is on that altar of Slanesh. It's granting that, or is it just a regular altar? I can't. Yeah, it is the Slanesh one. Giver of Torturous Glory for that Mortis engine. Effect increases with each nearby entity death. So more deaths nearby, the worse this Mortis engine will become. Plus, of course, it does have the flavor of ruinous power, like all the other Chaos Mortis engine, or War Shrines, excuse me. Chosen of Corn, double freaking Chosen of Corn. This is going to be a nasty little box of elite stuff we got here for Warriors of Chaos Hayseed. This is filthy. What are you doing? We also have some regular Marauders, and then we have some Chaos Warriors with Halberds. Chaos Giant as well. So Chaos Giant seeing another day in the sun. Good for him. Good for him. We all love to see it. A Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. If anybody can fight Kolek, it's this guy. And he's got Helm of Discord. He's got Raised Dead and Invocation. He doesn't have his Heart Render. What is it called? Is it called Heart Render? I think so, right? He doesn't have it, and he's fighting against Kolek. Sorry to be you, buddy. I think you're dead. Vargeist, 3 in total, with zombies in the front line and Karen Race in the back line for that AP. Going to do good stuff into those Chosen. Plus some Cryptors. Cryptors will also be helping out in that regard. And the Claw of Nagash, Mortis Engine ROR. We got that wonderful Chilling Aura, minus 30% speed. Reliquary Corruption for that Mortis Engine. And Blasphemous Tome for that 40% recharge rate. And then, of course, healing from the Reliquary Binding and magical attacks. bypassing any physical resistance. Obviously, it's gonna have a tough time staying up and about whenever Kolek and the Chaos Giant exist. But I mean, that is what the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord is for, and the Cryptors. But hopefully the Cairn Wraiths have a good day here. They should, theoretically, against Chosen. That's exactly what they be using their AP against. They did get that buff, didn't they? Oh, thinking power here. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't remember. I feel like they did. But I could be wrong. I think it's the Hex Wraith. I remember the Hex Wraith's got a buff. But Kolek looks like he's going to come in for an attack here on these zombies. Just going to beat a few down. You think he would smash more than a few zombies with that gigantic hammer of his? I'd expect like half the formation to be gone with the big smash of his hammer. But you know, whatever. Cryptor is coming in there. Going to start beating down on Chosen. We do have also that Mortis Engine starting to proc as well, though. I do wonder, does that give her Ruinous Glory each nearby entity death? So that's entity death no matter if it's friendly or not? Because if so, that's wonderful. We do have Claw of Nagash getting rampaged by Pavane and now getting beat down by Kolek, who has popped his Star Crusher and Tempest Rage, beefing him up to 960 weapon strike at the moment. Claw of Nagash no longer rampaged. Probably get out of there, as he obviously doesn't want to be taken down by Kolek. It did get an invocation though, but Kolek is now surrounded by Cryptors and Cairn Wraiths, so he's taking quite a bit of damage. He does send out that Lord of the Storm there, and does some pretty good work against the Cairn Wraiths. Chaos Giant is over here beating down the Cryptors. It's gonna have a big old nasty fight around here. Our guys jumping in on the Chaos Sorcerer Lord and the Chosen. Chosen taking an absolute beating there, down to about a bit more than half HP. But they are Chosen, so they are stalwart. They are holding for dear life, having to fight through all these Cairn Wraiths and Vargeist. These eventually do end up routing, though. I think these are just Chaos Warriors Halberds, yet they are, and they do end up routing. Terror routed. They will come back eventually. Those zombies chasing after them. Kolek coming over here, beating down on Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. And, you know, pretty beefy kaiju fight we got here. Takes another hit as he tries to leap into the sky. And, obviously, rear attack for those new players who don't know. It makes it a lot easier for, to be hit by other entities. So he's going to get back up into the air. Obviously, it went a lot better, though, for the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. Kolek is taking quite a bit of damage, and there is no healing on the side. So, whatever damage he's taken is going to be staying, and the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord can heal up at any time as well. He's going to jump down on the Chaos Sorcerer Lord, try to bring him down, but he doesn't end up landing that hit, and Kolek is there to screen him out. Our guys up in the air again, trying to refresh that charge and get some vigor back. We get a nice pestilent breath there on the Chosen, doing some good work, but it also ends up hitting the Cairn Wraiths. There's some friendly fire there. Lord of the Storm, or Tempest, whatever it's called, hitting the Cairn Wraiths and zombies. Going to do some solid work there. Kolek needs to, you know, get a break there. He was that very tired at that point with the vigor. He's going to wait to get back his vigor, but actually he doesn't. He comes back and immediately goes back into the very tired status. It starts going after that Claw of Nagash. We have two Mortis engines doing some solid work for both factions. The Claw of Nagash is actually somehow surviving a lot of these attacks from Kolek, but I guess he is tired, so it does make sense. Balance power looking pretty good for the vampire counts here, and it makes sense. I mean, what all really do you have left for the Warriors of Chaos? You have Kolek, who's down to 3,000 HP and is slowly being whittled down by that Mortis Engine and all of these other entities here. And you have Chaos Giant, who only has about 5,000 HP left, plus the Sorcerer. Halberds are being Mortis Engine down and taking a lot of damage. And now they are now terror routed. Dragon is going to get a breath attack here on the Sorcerer there. Do some pretty decent damage there. Not too bad. Plus also provides that debuff from the breath attack. The noxious gas minus 30% melee attack, which is pretty nice. Bring him down to 0 melee attack. You just have 6 melee defense now as well. Yeah, it's just gonna be a big old blob fight. A slicing shards coming in here. First slicing shards of the game. Doing some okay work against the zombies, Karen Wraiths, and the Cryptors. You did get another invocation, bringing them up. And yeah, things are just gonna be slowly being Mortis engine down. Another thunderous Tempest coming down on the Karen Wraiths, doing some pretty good work there. What's Kolek's value looking like? 140, 2,500 value. But yeah, not being able to take down that Mortis engine, that Claw of Nagash, it's really tough there because it's doing a lot of work for the vampire counts. And again, no healing as well for the Wares of Chaos. It's just tough times indeed. But Kolek does end up routing, and army losses kicks in. Yeah, a big old blob war really right there. Chosen, pretty cool, but yeah, they were not having the greatest time despite how good they are. Having to deal with these ghosts with these armor-piercing scythes just stabbing you through your armor. Pretty rude, if I'm being honest there. Pretty tough to block those. Especially with having to chop through zombies at the same time. 1122 though on this Chosen, 1108 on these guys. Yeah, just some cool stuff from them. They did some beefy work holding back the tide of zombies as long as possible. 408 on the Chaos Giant. Didn't have a great day either. Really, I wish he was there to try to fight off, or rather take out that Claw of Nagash, but I guess the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord was making it a bit too tough. Chaos Sorcerer did some great stuff there. 2,200 value there, but both with the spells and the Mortis engine of that mount, of that War Shrine. Pretty cool to see. 2493 as well on Kolek. Kolek did some great stuff, but it was just too much for the big guy. He had a lot to worry about. He now knows what Cetra had to face whenever he was up against him. 1,700 value on the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. Did some nice stuff even without that Heart Render. Karen Wraiths did some solid work too. And 1130 here on the Cryptors. Again, the Vargeist did some wonderful work. Just another fantastic pick there. But really, the Claw of Nagash just carrying the vampire counts on their back, doing so much work there. All that healing, and then of course the damage. Wonderful stuff. Well played to both players, and there goes another new player tournament from RTK. And you got another winner. Kato takes it. You merely adopted the blob. I perfected it. Pretty much every vampire count, Lord. Aside from Gorst. Nobody cares about Gorst. He hasn't perfected anything. Great stuff, and now we can go over replays. Do we want to go over replays, folks? If we do, what kind of games do we want to go over? Oh, I just double clicked on that one. Well, I guess that's, you know, I really love my double clicking mouse. Oh, right, third place. Sorry about that, JP. I forgot about that you guys were doing that. I'm not used to streaming the third place. Yeah, I'll do that. Let me hop out of this. Not that I intended to cast this one anyways, as I double clicked it on accident. Really gotta get a new mouse. How many times am I gonna have to say that? Yeah, should be cool to see it get a third place match in there. See who takes that slot. Should I host it again, or do we have it? Oh, we have another lobby up. All right, I remember now. All right. Moogie and Epidoors. Throw that blocker back up real quick. All right. So we do have the Chaos Dowie against the Tomb Kings. Both have fallen to the might of, rather, both have fallen to undead and chaos alike, and now are at each other's throats for that third spot. We do have Ark in the Black for the Tomb Kings and an Overseer for the Chaos Dwarves. Interesting. I never have ever in my days seen an Overseer. Ever. Like, didn't... Like, there's no reason to ever pick this guy. His item is terrible. You know, he's just there. He's just there. So, let's see how that pans out. Epidoors picking another fun build, possibly, just as they did before. I gotta root for him as a Chowie player. So, the Dane, you gotta do me proud here with that build. Got Ark in the Black. This nerd Ark in the Black, Nagash fanboy with Spirit Leech, Fatal Buna. Got Tomb Blade of Arkin as well for that Skeleton Warrior summon, and Staff of Nagash. Is he on horseback? Yes, he is. He does have my Will Be Done for that melee defense and melee attack buff. And that is it. For the rest of the build, we do have Chosen the Gods, who shop the Great Bow ROR, and another base variant, plus Skeleton Warriors and Skeleton Spearmen for the infantry. And some Nekahar warriors. They should do great at chopping through any Goblin Laborers, Orc Laborers. Not do great into Chaos Dwarf warriors, but that is fine. They're just there to chop through the chaff. Blessed Legion as well for the missile support. They do have that Armor Sundering. Should do great into any of the armored infantry and ranged of the Chaos Dowie, as they can shoot over the infantry lines. They have Necropolis Knights as well, Slippery Snake Cav. You got that fantastic AP. They think they got buffed. I think was it these guys or the Halberd variant? Maybe it may have been both. But nonetheless, 43 with 67. Weapon Strength 42 of it being AP. Some pretty tough Cav there for the Tomb King's side. And they have 110 armor plus those bronze shields. So mitigating a lot of the small missile fire of the Chaos Dwarves. Chaos Dwarves do have an Overseer on foot. Look at this guy. Nobody ever brings this guy. But he is here. He's a very cheap lord. And he does have standard die. So going to be going for that solid elite holding power, as they did before. With Foe Seeker as well. Demon Smith Sorcerer. Going to be bringing that Reforge for that healing on... I assume... yes. On the Kadai Fireborn. Nice. And the Demon's Tongue, presumably. They also have Searing Doom and Final Transmutation plus Metal Shifting. Pretty nice. Goblin Laborers for the front line. We also have some Chaos Dwarf Warriors. Going to be pretty good at holding back the Skeleton Chaff. Plus some Blunderbusses as well in the back line to be shooting at any construct. They should do great with those heavy AP shotgun shots. Blazing Beards of Bazarhek. The ROR Chaos Dwarf Warriors, they have those blasting chargers, do some good work at clearing out the undead chaff. And we do have the Demon's Tongue, the Dreadquake Mortar ROR, if it can land some shots. And if it doesn't just shoot randomly into at random spots across the map, it should theoretically do good, though the AP is kind of wasted it's fine. It does have those flaming missiles. Actually, no, it's just melee attack. It doesn't have flaming missiles, but it does have some pretty good weapon strength all around, and should do good work into Undead Chaff. We also have the G'day Fireborn. Just one, I think. Yeah, just one. That's interesting, just the one. I probably would have gone with two there, as one is, you know. I just like to bring two to even it out, but it should be cool to see them. They have that anti-infantry, plus AP missile strength 2, and good solid armor, 33 melee attack and 41 melee defense. They are fairly expensive for what they bring, but I've seen them do good work in the hands of a player like Galrach and others. They do have that blazing body for that fizz res and melee damage reflection when they're in melee, so I can see them doing good work here. Flaming attacks as well, so they should do wonders at chewing through that undead chaff. Dreadquake Mortar already wasting a shot there on Arkin, but now the second shot is going towards the Spearman. Really whiffs the shot there, but hits them with that monstrous impact debuff for whatever that's worth. And we do have both armies starting to posture up towards each other. The Chosen of the Gods shooting into the Goblin Laborers, doing some decent work there. I suppose, you know, they are just shooting at Goblin Laborers, so it's really not a big deal at all. And now they're going to start switching over to the Blazing Beards, as they should. A Spirit Leech going to be going on top of the Overseer, whittling them down. Probably going to be their main target of the Spirit Leech. We do have a Skeleton Warrior summoned in to slow down the advance of the Chaos Dwarfs. And try to stop those Chaos Dwarf Warriors from getting to the point of the front line of the Chaos of the Tomb Kings. Do we have another shot from the Demon Stung hitting the Skeleton Spearman? Actually hitting them this time, doing some great work and slowing them down. You have a whole bunch of infantry being stuck on the Skeleton Spearman, which is obviously great for the Tomb Kings. A Blazing Beards blast hitting into the Skeleton Spearman. They've taken a lot of damage, these Blazing Beards, and that's great because that means less blasting charges to be going into your Tomb Kings infantry. What is it called? I can't think of the name. Hitting these Chosen of the Gods. Not exactly where you want that spell to be going, as it's better for these blobs of infantry. It doesn't do great into monstrous infantry. The Demon's Tongue actually charges into the Chosen of the Gods, disrupting them and stopping them from shooting. Necropolis Knights chasing down the G'day Fireborn. G'day Fireborn are kind of pushing way too far without any support. Definitely need to be pulled back into the support of the infantry of the Chaos Dwarves. Blunderbusses being charged down by the Necropolis Knights, and they are taking an absolute beating there. Unfortunately, they have nothing really there to stop them. No Chaos Dwarf Renderers at all to stop them in their tracks, to help screen out these Necropolis Knights. And now these Chaos Dwarf Warriors are not going to probably be able to come back at all. G'day Fireborn do get a Reforge and are probably able to turn around, or if they do turn around, get into the back line of these infantry, or rather get a rear charge on these infantry. These Blazing Beards are being disrupted and absolutely taken apart by these Necropolis Knights. Chosen of the Gods and Ushapti Greatbow shooting into the sides of these Chaos Dwarf Warriors and doing some great work. Something being dropped here. What is this? A Overcasted Final Transmutation. Very nice, very beautiful. It's going to be hitting the Ushapti, Necropolis Knights, and a bunch of these Tomb Kings chaff. Going to do some solid work there. Necropolis Knights still fighting amongst the crowd here, and we do have the Chaos Dwarf Warriors being slowly dragged down by the Necropolis Knights and Skeleton Warriors. Looks like to be going a lot better for the Tomb King side, as we really don't have much left for the Chaos Dwarf Warriors in terms of actual DPS. The Blunderbusses, for some reason, are obstructed and can't shoot at the Necropolis Knights unless maybe they were aiming for Arkin, which would have been quite unfortunate, as they should have been targeting the Necropolis Knights. But if they were not targeting the Necropolis Knights, they were for some reason obstructed. And now they unfortunately are being run down by those said Knights and not going to be able to have anything to support them. Staff Nagash popped for that power recharge rate. Chaos Dwarf Warriors aren't able to help support the rest of their clanmates, and are going to be slowly whittled down. Gadai Fireborn did get a nice reforge and are still in tip-top shape. Should probably help to support out the rest of the infantry here, as chasing after these Nekarkar warriors, which are chasing Goblin Laborers, is not great. Searing Doom going to be popping down here on the Skeleton Warriors. I finally remember the name of the spell. Going to do some solid work there, and that's exactly where you want those Searing Dooms to go. Demon's Tongue getting in through the back line. They're still causing a havoc for some reason. I would not. I'm very surprised to be seeing the Demon's Tongue be used as a chariot like this in the back line for this disruption piece, or rather as a disruption piece. It's doing some good stuff here, and pretty much the only thing really that the Chaos Dwarf have to shut those Ashopti down, though it is now being chased by the Necropolis Knights, and it's actually being hit by its own monstrous impact, slowing it down, giving the Ashopti time to shoot at it and take shots from the Necropolis Knights. That sucks. That really sucks there from the Demon's Tongue, just really just backstabbing itself. It does get that burning shot into the Skeleton Spearman, hitting with that burnt leadership debuff, and a shot from the actual mortar itself. Gonna be hitting those Skeleton Spearmen and putting them into crumbling status, doing some great work there. Yeah, Demon's Tongue, I don't think it's going to be escaping the Necropolis Knights. I say that, but it seems to be doing so. My issue is just that it's taking so much damage as it is. Doesn't really matter if it escapes. There's nothing else to support here. I mean, we do have the Kadai Fireborn, but can the Kadai Fireborn do enough to clutch it out? We do have Necropolis Knights still up, 2 that can do some solid work here, and they might end up dragging down this Demon's Tongue here. How much HP does it have? Excuse me, hit the wrong button. 1400 HP, 1200. It's taking a lot of damage very, very quickly. Does hit that monstrous impact shot, that mortar shot here on the Necropolis Knights. Might put them into crumbling. They are debilitated, and now down to 5 leadership. Oh my god, will that put them in the crumbling status? Who knows? Will they get out of there before that time? Down to -1 leadership. Oh god, they're crumbling. No, 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 no. Can they stabilize? Can they stabilize? This could be very, very bad for them. But we do have another Necropolis Knights over here who do have 5,800 HP. They could also clutch it out. These Ashopti do end up stabilizing. Same with the Chosen of the Gods, and now they're getting some shots in on the Demon's Tongue. Might end up bringing it down there. 52 HP. Another shot here, and it can bring it down. Yes, it does end up being destroyed. Not before it gets another final shot, hitting these Chosen of the Gods. I mean, it kind of mostly hit the other Ashopti, but it's slowing all of them down with the monstrous impact. So not giving the Ashopti time to be able to get away, even if they chose to. And there they go, crumbling and now dead. Chosen of the God turning around, shooting at the Chaos Dwarves. Getting rid of the infantry could be a pretty good idea there, as I mean, they're better suited at fighting, shooting at those guys anyways. But getting rid of the infantry of the Chaos Dwarves could help a lot with this in-game. But yeah, I do think, considering how healthy these Necropolis Knights are, I do think that the Tomb Kings will clutch it out here, despite how close this game is. These Necrohakar warriors chased way too far off after those Goblin Laborers. But coming back here, I think the Necropolis Knights might just be a little too much there for the Demon Smith Sorcerer and for the remnants of these Chaos Dawi. I unironically think DJ Coptep would be viable here. Another Searing Doom going to be hitting these. That Searing Doom did some actually pretty good work there. Not bad. Not too shabby. But, I mean, these Necropolis Knights are very tired. If you're going to... One thing to know as well, if you're using a monstrous cab like this, or just cab in general, attacking a single entity, you want to try to surround them in total, just dragging out the formation. So it's like right on top of the unit, so all of the models in the entity, or rather all the entities in the unit actually attack. As it was, only 1 or 2 of them were attacking the Demon Smith Sorcerer. It's gonna be hard enough attacking a single entity like a Demon Smith Sorcerer in the first place, a single foot caster, as it is, because they're just constantly gonna knock him down. But they did end up finishing off that Chaos Dwarf Lord Overseer. I don't know why my freaking camera was turning like that, whipping back like that, but they do end up finishing off that Overseer, sending him back to the Zawi Zar in a coffin. Another Searing Doom gonna be hitting these Necropolis Knights. Doing not as great this time, but you know, it is some damage. I unironically think that DJ Coptep will be viable here. Catapult either high tier slow infantry or goblin shaft, and a couple of guard out full centaur. Yeah, I think DJ Coptep could be pretty good here. I mean, you do have you're gonna be casting out the lore of Nehekara to be getting that healing as well with the DJ Coptep. Plus, if you put them on, I'm not sure if I put him on the Roomba or if I put him on horseback. I think I probably put him on horseback. I do like using DJ Katep on both. I've had good work with him. I've done good work with him against the Empire as well on horseback. Yeah, he could do some solid work here. Incantation of Cursed Blades for this cheap weapon strength increases on the Necropolis Knights or any of your Tomb Guard if you do bring them. Could give them bonus versus large with an overcast. And they'd be proccing that healing as well on them. And yeah, you can screen out bull centaurs with all the skeleton spearmen as well. What is that fire coming from? I'm not sure, but we do have another Searing Doom here hitting these Necropolis Knights. These Demon Smith Sorcerer gets knocked down again. That Searing Doom actually does kill a few models, but Demon Smith Sorcerer, I think he's biting off more than he can chew here. I don't think he's enough to seal in the deal where the Dawis are. He's trying to pick up the slack of the Overseer, but I mean, can you see these guys right here? I don't think he's gonna be able to. And it does go to the Tomb Kings. But I do think both Arkin and Katep are viable here. 1053 on Arkin. Did some okay work. I especially liked using the Spearmen to keep back some of the Chaos Dwarf infantry, giving you buy-in time for the Ushabti Great Bows and the Necropolis Knights to pick and choose where they want to attack and target specifically certain units before the infantry actually get to them. I like that a lot, the Skeleton Summon. I'm not sure if I would have used the Spirit Leech on the Overseer. I probably would have kept just Spirit Leeching the Demon Smith Sorcerer, so none of those hills came out, and obviously sniping out the caster is always great. Overseer is not really a problem at all. But other than that, I think Arkin is fine there. Buna would also be... I'm not sure if Buna would be okay against Fire Glaives, any Blunderbusses if they're brought, and any Infernal Irons one if they're brought as well. Everything else, let's see. 1709 on the Ushabti Great Bow. They did good stuff there. 2253 on the Chosen of the Gods. I think they're fine. I think the Blessed Legion are fine. Don't think I would ever bring the Nehekar Warriors into this matchup. They're most of the time, Goblin Leaders are just not going to be your biggest issue. A lot of the chaff is not going to be your biggest issue. I would just keep bringing more chaff, more Skeleton Warriors, more Skeleton Spearmen. Tomb Guard with Halberds if you really want any more infantry than that, but other than that, I really don't think the Nehekar Warriors have a place in this matchup. As, again, the Goblin Chaff, by the time they even reach your front line, give them 10, 15, 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds, and they're gone. They're gonna be running away the first moment they take even like a fraction of their health worth of damage. They're just that pitiful. 1190 here on the Necropolis Knights, 1587 on the Snick Knights, and 1888. Wow, these guys were just really the anchor for the Tomb Kings there. They did fantastic work. I love that a lot from those guys. They really had a good spot in this matchup. Yeah, but no, having no renderers and having your blunderbusses shut down, even having some fire glaives would have been nice instead if you really don't want to go with the blunderbusses. Fire glaives could be okay at shooting at the Necropolis Knights and any other constructs that are brought. But yeah, I think having some renderers is probably necessary here, even when you have to deal with all the range components of the Tomb Kings. But 1059 on the Overseer. I like the build. Cool seeing the Overseer. I like when players try to make things work. I always try to bring the most haggard of units on a roster, like the Lamasu. Lamasu is utter trash and never worth bringing, but I always try my best to try to make it worthwhile and useful. So I respect the Overseer pick. I think I'd probably put the Overseer on a Beltaurus. I think he has a Beltaurus mount, yes, because he just got the cost decrease on one of his mounts. I don't think it was the Lamasu. It may have been the Lamasu or the Beltaurus. If it's the Beltaurus, then bringing on the Beltaurus would be pretty good there. If you really want to bring a cheap melee fighter, but obviously I think they just wanted to go really cheap on their Lord and spin a lot on the rest of the army. So it was fine. 1591 on a Demon Smith Sorcerer. Yeah. You're obviously going to go with the Demon Smith Sorcerer if you're going to bring in a train or any expensive construct like the Godai Fireborn. 480 here, 40. Anything else did fine. I really think the Godai Fireborn were pretty good here. They were perfectly fine. The train also did some great work as well. The Demon's Tongue, 3,400 freaking value. That's how much disruption it caused. Just like not even just the mortars, but running through that back line and stopping those Shopti from shooting, and just running through infantry and just doing damage to all of those units. Just it did some fantastic freaking work there. My God, it was definitely worth bringing a Demon Smith to heal that thing up. But I think the Blazing Beards are fine here as well. Maybe cut the blunderbusses. Let's see what we're saying here. Hey, my boy Black. Hey, Lich, how's it going? Yeah, actually, I could have taken triple Carrion instead of double Warrior. That would have been, yeah, Carrion would have been great here as well. Obviously, again, this is what new players tournaments are for. Is for you to try things out, experiment, see what works, see what sticks, and yeah. Yeah, he was definitely. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I can see the idea behind obviously choosing. That's a tactic for a lot of factions, right? Choosing a cheap lord and really maxing out your budget on the rest of your army there. Yeah, Overseer was not a terrible choice there. He's extremely cheap, and you know he's durable. He's not going to be sniped out. He'll take a while to be killed because again he is a footlord at the same time as well. So not only does he have okay stats, again hold against most of the Tomb King's lords aside from Cetra, he'll be knocked over a lot, mitigating any incoming damage. Yeah, build was fine there though. But there goes the third place, and well played to everyone. Do we want to go over replays? Is that a thing do we want to do here? So we do have a Hayseed one here with the Swords of Chaos. That's pretty cool to pick there, with the Skull Crushers as well, up against the High Elves. Is it a princess on a dragon? No, I don't think it is. I think it's just a regular princess on foot, most likely. So we do have triple War Lions there, and it's pretty nice. With the Bolter and the Sisters of Avalorn ROR. You have a Necrosphinx game there up against Torox. A DJ Kotep up against Ungrim Iron Fist with, let me see here, a Organ Gun and double gyro plus the Iron Drakes. That's pretty deadly, but it seems like a decent build here to fight against the Dawi here. We have triple Ushapti and double Ushapti Grapo. Not bad. Fox had apparently beat Vampire Coast with this build, which, I mean, it's a pretty decent build there. You got mostly Zangors and Centaurs plus the Doom Knights. Yeah, we can just go over a few. I probably, let's see here. Could go for a Slanesh game. We do have a Slanesh game here with Nakari and double Rotting Leviathan. Okay, I know what I'm casting. All right, Inno. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce your name. I'm just gonna call you Inno up against Archangel. And we do have Luther Archon with double Rotting Leviathan. I'll watch your card game. Don't worry. I'll get it in. I'll get it in the stream. Finally! All right. Excuse me. Yeah, we do have Luther Harkon on his Terra Goose. I was wondering if he was going to bring him on his Terra Goose, considering how expensive most of the build is. We do have Hornswoggle with, that is it. Just Hornswoggle. And for the rest of the army, we do have Death Guard, two units of Death Guard, 2 Deckhand mobs, and we do have double Rotting Leviathan, which should do great into Slanesh. I mean, how often are you going to bring some anti-large from Slanesh? And that is a lot of armor to have to fight through. Obviously, Slanesh, one of the main factions with primarily AP roster, you're not going to bring a whole lot of AP typically against Vampire Coast, are you? I mean, sure, against crabs, I understand, but are you really going to expect 2 hulking 150 armor mass Leviathans to have to chew through with your infantry and range? I don't think so. But we also have a Vampire Fleet Captain with Invocation and Drown Dead, plus that Power Stone. And then we have the Lamprey's Revenge, R-Wire Riding Promethean Gunnery Mob. Good stuff. And for the rest of the, for the Slanesh army, we do have an Akari with Willing Prey for that melee stat debuff, Wit Stiller Sword, Pavane, and Slicing Shards. Does have that Glamour of Slanesh as well for that melee attack debuff, Arcane Conduit, and Harvesters of Souls for that heal on that, you know, meh heal. It's okay. Voted Marauders with of Hell Scourge's Whips for the front line with some Forsaken as well to help chew through a lot of that undead chaff. Fiends as well, the new and improved Fiends. You have 4 more models from their 12 and have a lot more HP. They're really good now and do some great stuff. Marauder Horsemen as well for the Skirmishing and some Chaos Furies in the back line, vanguarded. Luther Harkon gets hit with that Pavane, letting Nakari catch him and might get us around here with the Fiends plus the rest of the infantry here. That might be a good catch out there for the Slanesh side. Can things spell doom so as quick as it is, as quick as that sounds? Chaos Furies jumping down here as well, getting on top of the Vampire Fleet Captain, though the Rotting Prometheans are here to help out. Forsaken and the Chaos Fury surrounding these pirate gunnery mobs and will finish them off quickly. Depth Guard will chew through these Hell Scourges, especially with the help of the Rotting Leviathan. Luther Harkon, is he going to be able to get away? He does seem like he's going to be able to get away, though, despite all these bodies here. Oh, actually, he's getting stuck in melee again. Nikari forcing him to fight. Calling him a wimp and not letting him get away. That little small Death Shriek Terragoose is having some trouble getting out of here. Is this going to be a quick game here? Is Luther... Oh my god, he gets hit with another Pavane. Oh my god, is Luther going to get sniped out that quickly? Oh, this is horrendous. Poor Luther. Oh no, this is not what he expected at all when he came in here. Yikes. He does get an invocation, but I don't think he's going to be able to survive this. I mean... The horsemen are also shooting in as well. Nikari is just doing wonderful work here. Stabby stab, stabby stab. Yep, and Luther is dead. Luther is freaking dead. There he goes, falling to the ground. As pathetic as he was. Poor guy. Oh my god, Nikari just absolutely butchered him. Yikes. I hate to be Luther there. Though we do have Double Crab. Double Crab could clutch it out here. I mean, what is Nikari going to do about them? We do get a Narcissism on Vampire Fleet Captain, giving the Fiends time to catch up to it and surround it. She could be sniped out here by these Fiends here. We'll see. But Rotting Leviathan is coming over to Nikari. Nikari is relatively fast, though, 100 freaking speed. So, relatively easy to get away from that Rotting Leviathan and the other Rotting Prometheans, as they only have 50 speed and less. He is coming over to help assist out at sniping out this Caster Lord here. He does get a miscast there from that Gunnery Mob summon. Gunnery Mob shooting in at the Horseman there. That's a beautiful summon. Going to do some great work into those Marauder Horsemen. Is Forsaken route off. Hell Scourges are shattered off. And Depth Guard are just blending through the chaff. Plus the Chaos Series there. Chaos Series might end up winning that fight there as the Depth Guard are crumbling. A Pavane hitting that Sorcerer. That Sorcerer who does get another miscast. Oh my god. Are they going to go into crumbling status as well? Negative 24 leadership. Oh my god, they're crumbling. And the Fiends are sniping her out as well. Though she freaking stabilizes. How does she stabilize? How does she freaking stabilize there? Oh, she's crumbling again. And okay, she's dead. She just gets the 1-2 snip snip and she's dead. Nikari, man. Nikari is doing some wonderful work here. What is this freaking game? Fiends fighting it out here with the Rotting Prometheans. Nikari is going to probably get sandwiched here between the Double Crab. And I think the Double Crab will clutch it out here, though they will not be receiving any more support from any of their heroes or lords. That's going to be on to these crustaceans to clutch it out. And they probably will, as, I mean, Slaanesh has nothing else. All their infantry is gone thanks to the Depth Guard. And, yeah, Nikari losing the support of the Fiends. These Fiends are still up with a decent amount of HP. 12 models left, 3,800. But it does seem like things are going to be turning around here, and Nikari will be falling here to the crabs as they battle it out. Now that was a fun game. Beautiful work there by Nikari, but double freaking crabbing. I was just thinking about that. I played double crab against Umais in Land Battle Caps, and I was thinking how fun it would be to do that again, bringing double crab. Rotting Leviathans, they're very, very cool. I don't see much play at all, but here they did some fantastic work. 2120 on this one and 664 on the other. Some good stuff there. And again, clutching it out for the Vampire Coast. 1934 on the Lamprey's Revenge. Hell yes. Great stuff. 1375 on the Depth Guard and 1383. The Depth Guard just really destroyed every bit of infantry that Slaanesh brought. I mean, the Forsaken obviously not going to enjoy fighting Depth Guard. And same with the Hell Scourges. The Hell Scourges have much less AP compared to their other variants in the first place, but not only that, they're just not up to the task of fighting Depth Guard in the first place. That's what Depth Guard are for, blending through chaff and getting rid of that infantry support from Slaanesh. I mean, to be fair, they didn't have any spears in the first place to deal with those crabs, so Luther Harkon getting sniped out, but still managing to pick up 1200 value there, fighting Nakari. He did do some decent damage into Nakari there, plus the Fiends. So, I could see it. I could see it. Nakari picking up 3100 freaking value there. Just, oh my god. Yeah, Nakari does need a cycle charging. He is a very hit and run glass cannon. He does not need, he does not, like with most Keeper of Secrets, he does not like to sit and fight for so long. But as well, yeah, like when you have, say, the crabs tied up in Fiends, you can pull Nakari out, get that hit in, pull him back out, recharge him again, pull him out, recharge him again. Because he is very, very squishy. And I don't know how good of a charge bonus he has, but just the fact that he's squishy and very glass cannony, that means you should definitely want to keep him cycle charged. Pay attention to Lichier. Lichier is a Slanesh main from what I've heard. 1437 here on the Fiends, 738 on these guys as well. Yeah, Luther really just got... he just really got caught out there. Nakari called him out. Nakari didn't like that he was up in his space and just circle beat him with the rest of his team. Let's see, we do got some Nardu here, and it did tell me that they brought Rikarth, so I've obviously got to cast that, right? Rikarth. Better be on his dragon. Better see that boy on his dragon. I don't mind seeing him on his chariot either. But it is another Slanesh game. No Nakari this time. It is a plain old Delta Keeper of Secrets. Alright. So, we do have Rikarth on his Black Dragon. I forgot what the name of the actual dragon is called. But it is a very unique name for a dragon. And it is a cool model as well. A different looking one compared to the other Black Dragon models. We do have Beast Lord's Gaze for that leadership, rampage, and damage resistance buffs. Whiplash as well. And that is it. For the rest of the army, we do have whole front line of Dread Spears with some Witch Elves as well. Witch Elves going to be doing some great work into any Devoted Marauders that the Slanesh side bring, as they do have that armor to mitigate a lot of the damage there from those Devoted Marauders. Plus that bonus versus infantry as well. Oh, which armor? What am I talking about? I'm thinking of freaking not bleak swords. You know what I'm talking about. But now for some reason I just got them mixed up. Yeah, Witch Elves do have that bonus versus infantry and poison, plus Fizz Res as well of 20%. Plus again, Witch Brew as well. So they will absolutely murder through the Golden Marauders. I don't know what is their name. That's gonna be bothering me the entire game. Dark Shards for the range component. We do have a Sorceress of Beasts with Flock of Doom and some Blackguard. Cool. I love seeing some Blackguard and some more Witch Elves in the back line. We do have for the Cav though. We do have some Dark Riders on both flanks, 2 in the forest and 1 in the other. For the Slanesh side, we do have an Exalted Keeper of Secrets with Seductive Glory for that melee defense and Rampage. Valet of Bowels for that weapon strength and melee stat increase over a period of 45 seconds. Like that. Pavane of Slanesh as well to catch out any targets, force an engagement, slicing shards, Glamour of Slanesh, and Feasting on Fear. Does a heal over... it's a passive heal for any units that are routing or wavering in range. It's kind of like a Bellacor's. They have Fiends of Slanesh on the left-hand flank, one on the right-hand flank with the support of Seekers. And then we do have some Marauder Horsemen for the Skirmishing. An Aluris? What the heck? An Aluris of Shadows on a freaking Seeker Chariot with... I think these are called the Seeker Chariots, right? Plus with the Mel cost. Just me spamming out that Mel cost. And some more Seekers as well. But a full front line of Devoted Marauders and the Princes of Perfections. The ROR Devoted Marauder Spears do have that perfect vigor and have that sulfuric musk on their spears. Already off the bat though, we are going to get that Aluris doing a really nice charge on the Witch Elves. That is beautiful damage there. Very nice. And getting some solid work in there. It's going to run back, however. There was a Mel cost as well on the Dark Rider, slowing them down, giving the Marauder Horsemen time to shoot at them and skirmish with them and then pull back. Aluris going to try to block them up as well, but Nardu playing it well, force pathing them into the Marauder Horsemen, trying to chase them down. Witch Elves trying to catch up as well, but might as well pull them back as they're probably going to get charged down by these Seekers. We'll see. You have some form of spell here being casted. What is a Slicing Shards? Yes, it is Slicing Shards casted probably way too early, but it would have been a nice catch there. You do have one of these Dark Riders end up routing as well. Infantry relatively still at the moment, though. Yeah, a lot of what's happening is going to be on this left-hand flank. These Dark Riders do come back from routing. Blackguard trying to chase down the Keeper of Secrets. Dark Shards are finally now enraged. Is going to start shooting into the Devoted Marauders, doing some good work there. Witch Elves is going to come around here. Absolutely butchered through these Princes of Perfection if they're able, but we do have Seekers and Fiends here to support, and those Witch Elves are going to have an awful time as they get rare charged here. Yes, they do. And oh my god, yeah, those Witch Elves are just getting absolutely brutalized. I hate to see it. Poor guys. You have a nice Flock of Doom, though. Beautiful. Hitting those Seekers, Fiends, and Devoted Marauders. Dark Shards continuing to shoot in. Exalted Keeper, what are you casting at the moment? A Pavane, hitting these Dark Riders, catching them out, and giving the Seekers and Fiends the engagement that they want. Witch Elves coming over to support, however. Rikarth, what are you doing over there in the forest, buddy? You need to come over here and grant some support. There's plenty of room for some beautiful breath attacks. Marauder Horsemen's coming, skirmishing back and forth, getting some shots into whatever. I'm not sure what they're shooting at the moment, but Exalted Keeper does hit a Seductive Glory on these Dark Shards. Beautifully done there, and going to be a nice catch. Going to stop them from shooting. Not only that, but give the possibility for the infantry or the Sneakers to catch them out. I definitely would have sent the Seekers into the Dark Shards there, but we do get the other ones, the Fiends, sent in and catching them out. These Dark Shards also get collapsed on, and unfortunately I think the Sorceress of Beast might be killed here. She is terror routed, and she's taking a lot of freaking damage. Rikarth jumps down to try to aid, but I think it's a little bit too late there for the Sorceress. We'll see. Marauder Horsemen is still shooting, but they are now taking some range fire from those Dark Shards, and definitely want to stay out of range there as they're taking quite a bit, and the Witch Elves and Dread Spears catch up to them. Fiends caught up in Dread Spears definitely don't want to be doing that. Definitely want to pull them out and either go around and rear charge these Dark Shards or come over here to support the rest of the army. You have a really beautiful Slicing Charge here, really brutal there, just doing some wonderful work into the Dark Shards and the Blackguard. That's exactly what the Slicing Shards wants to be used against. Spring Sorceress does end up coming back here, or rather just a Sorceress comes back here and might be able to cast some wonderful spells here. Yeah, another Flock of Doom hitting the Aluris and the Fiends. Garth jumping in and trying to catch out the Exalted Keeper here. Also, actually trying to jump on the Fiends and try to snipe out a few models. Keeper of Secrets is trying to help out, though Rikarth is a really good fighter. 59-45 at the moment, even with Sulfuric Musk. Narcissism popped on him as well, which is not great. That means the Fiends are going to be able to get a proper surround on him and stop and start hitting him while the Keeper of Secrets gets out of there. Dread Spear is coming back over, and we do have the Dark Shard shooting in. and doing some solid work against the Fiends, though might be doing some friendly fire into the Blackguard as well, who knows. Dark Shards need to turn around and probably start shooting again as well to help support, maybe even shoot at the Exalted Keeper or the Fiends like the other Dark Shards. These Dark Riders are trying to completely chase off these Rider Horsemen, which is a good call. Witch Elves coming over to support. Dread Spear's going to turn around and continue aiding here in the back. Rakarth gets caught out with the Pavane. Beast Lord's Gaze is going to take that Pavane off, and or rather not take the Pavane off, but negate that Rampage from the Pavane, which is beautifully done there. That's a really nice ability to mitigate that Pavane from Slanesh casters. And it also wastes out the bellow of blows there from the Exalted Keeper. Exalted Keeper running through the Witch Elves and helping out the Fiends, going to be able to finish off those Witch Elves. Dark Shards shooting into the Exalted Keeper, going to be able to do some good work before the Exalted Keeper gets in there. Rakarth up in the air, probably a good choice to jump down here on the Fiends, which I think Nardu is going to do, and I think that might be a good catch, finishing off those Fiends. Balance of power looking more in the favor of Slanesh, but it could definitely turn things around. A breath attack trying to hit those Fiends does some okay work. Also hits them with that noxious breath debuff, bringing them down to 26 melee attack. They're going to get rid of these Dark Riders, though, unfortunately. Although, will Rakarth make it in time? Yeah, Rakarth actually does make it in time before those Dark Riders rout. And nicely done by Rakarth. By the Dark Riders. Murder Horseman shooting in, and yet another Pavane hitting Rakarth. He's going to get caught out here by the Exalted Keeper. Takes another brutal charge there. Some solid damage there from the Exalted Keeper. Another hit. Will he even be able to hit the Exalted Keeper back? Who knows? Doesn't seem like it. Dark Shards shooting in once again into the Allurus. Allurus is doing some solid work. Psycho charging, running around on the Secret Chair. I never thought to bring her on this, or just bring her in general, but not, let alone the Chariot. There's some nice work there against Dark Elves, just running through, causing havoc. Oh my god, look at that. Just the Witch Elves just absolutely butchered. That is beautiful. If only the normal Secret Chariots did as good as this mount is. Rakarth does unfortunately get routed off, and he is going to dip out as the Exalted Keeper is just a little too much, and I think with that, I think it might be going to Slanesh. Though, do have the Allurus being shut out here. And might turn things around. I mean, we don't have any other support here. Exalted Keeper, again, with no other support of any other infantry piece, that means they're going to have to stay in combat. Which obviously they don't want against Blackguard. But if they can get another Slicing Shards, that could be pretty brutal against the... against the Blackguard there. But it's a lot of spears that the Exalted Keeper has to be dragged down by. And Rakarth might end up even coming back as well. 633 HP. Maybe he'll come back. He might end up routing as soon as he even comes to the point. Dark Shard shooting in. You have another Pavane hitting these Blackguard. Actually, it's a Seductive Glory hitting all of these guys. It's just going to be a Rampage. No damage done, but it's going to reduce their melee defense down to 28 on the Blackguard. But it doesn't actually last that long, so... But yeah, let me speed things up a little bit here as the Dark Shards continue to shoot in. And things are turning around. Hey, look at that. What looked pretty good there for Slanesh side turned around because they had nothing else to support the rest of their lords and heroes. The heroes once that hero got sniped out, that meant the Exalted Keeper was no longer able to cycle charge and choose its fights. It had to stay in combat with the spears, and Nardu clutches it out. Yeah, that's Wizard there. Just got dragged down. Oh my god. I was talking about how great the Secret Chariot was doing for it, but once it got caught out there by all that mass, and it just got pulled down so incredibly quickly. That was a really nice game there from both players. Bacchus. There we go. Yeah, Bacchus is his black dragon there for Rakarth. 1038 on Rakarth, 549 here on the Sorcerer's Beast. Rakarth definitely didn't have that fantastic of a showing, but he did have an Exalted Keeper and Fiends to contend with. Everything else, which else did all right? Black card. Oh my god, 25-23 value. Jesus, they were so clutch there at dealing with the fiends and the Keeper of Secrets. Plus, this, I think the black card are probably what killed the Lurus there. So wonderful, wonderful choice there that saved Nardu. 1778 on the Allurus did some okay work. I mean, considering I think the Lurus was just there to be on their chariot, a harassing piece, plus the Melkos. Yeah, did some great work. That chariot did some, it was a big surprise there. 3197 there on Exalted Keeper. They also did fantastic. Just if they only had some more infantry support, then maybe they could have clutched it out there for the Slanesh side. Seekers didn't do that great. I'm not sure if I'd bring Seekers into this matchup at all, though I understand if you want to use their AP into any Cold One Riders. 1319 on these Fiends, 343 on these guys. Or actually, what am I talking about? Those aren't Fiends. 1311 on these guys, yeah. Fiends doing fantastic, pretty much exactly the same value. They did wonderful work running through that backline, kind of acting like Cav, just hitting with that heavy AP, running through those dark shards as well. It's just to get some, did some good stuff. Entries. They also did some good infantry support too. Was that good enough to be redeemed? Yeah, I think that was pretty good there. I think that was pretty good. I'll give you, yeah, I'll give you your redemption there for bringing Rakarth. Anybody who brings Rakarth in my book, I mean, they're pretty cool. Yeah, run them back. Pretty hot in here, so I have to drink some water. It's freaking Texas, man. The heat is awful. All right. Probably get a few more replays in. I probably won't be able to cast all of them, unfortunately, guys, but I will cast as many as my voice lets me, or at least as much as I can before this heat starts to melt me. Let's see. If anybody has requests in particular in chat, they can let me know. Yeah, Nardu, we got that one done. That was, I honestly kind of wish I casted that one in a video rather than on stream. That's just how good that one was. Let's see here. Delete that one. That one was good. Round 3 versus Steven. Yeah, let me check it out. Kings versus Gaven. Ah, DJ Kata. Here we go. Okay, I see it now. Alright, we'll check it out. We do have Shirayuki on the Tomb Kings with DJ Katep, with a Sandstorm, and we'll see. We get into the game. But we also have Ikid Claw for the Skaven. Oh my god, I am melting. This is the worst. I hate Texas. Hate it. Hate it here. This is the worst. I think I'd rather live in the freaking Nahakar desert. Ah. Skeleton Warriors for the front line. Skeleton Spearmans, you know how it is. And we do have the Kepler Guard, Tomb King ROR. Great stuff. Gonna butcher through pretty much a lot of what the Skaven bring. Though I'm not sure how they do against the newly improved Storm Vermin. We'll see if they're brought. Did they get brought at all? No, unfortunately not. But I would like to see how that does. A Boner Giant as well. I'm going to be doing great at sniping out any Skaven casters like Ikit on his Doom Wheel and shooting at Rat Ogres as well. You can do okay against shooting at Warplock Giselles, though it's preferred on the other targets. We have DJ Kotep on his Roomba. The Roomba is going to be doing some great work against Poison Wind Globes, shooting at Storm Vermin if they're brought. Can do okay into Warplock Giselles as well. And even just do okay into Skaven infantry if they need to, but obviously that's not where the value is going to be. But we do have that bound sandstorm. We got 3 uses out of it. It's pretty good with Kotep. And then we have Urson's Incantation of Vengeance. Gonna be using that a lot on Rat Ogres and actually, would you use the Rat Ogres? Do Rat Ogres have enough? 16 models? Yeah, I would say that. You could also use them on any Poison Wind Globes, etc. Some good stuff there. Chosen of the Gods, going to be great here as well. And then regular Ushapti to shoot at Rat Ogres too. Also the King Nekesh's Scorpion Legion ROR Skeleton Spearman with Poison. And then we have a sneaky little Eyes of the Desert in the forest. Nice, they are hidden. So we're going to be perfect at ambushing, say, Doom Flayers, for example. And then we do have for the Skaven side, Ikit Claw on his Doom Whale with Brass Orb, Storm Demon, Unlimited Power, Howling Warp Gale, Flensing Ruin. And that is it, plus the Mask of Fear. Rest of the infantry, Clan Rat Spears and Skaven Slaves. Poison Wind Globes. The backline, Warplock Giselles, including the Natty Booper Sharpshooters, ROR. And then Rat Ogres galore. And that'll be it for this game side. Oh, plus an assassin, a super sneaky assassin, which is vanguarded all around the right flank. Trying to... Did I miss the Tomb Scorpion? Hello, I missed the Tomb Scorpion. I do like the newly improved... I wouldn't say newly improved. It is better than before. It does have poison. But I definitely think it needs a bit more in terms of weapon strength, because weapon strength did not get increased, and it's I think it didn't get increased, and even if it did, it's still negligible at best. An assassin, a super sneaky assassin on the right hand flank. Might be able to catch out that Tomb Scorpion or something. I'm not sure. With the rival High Talisman and Assassin's Trophy, might be able to get on top of Kotep. We'll see. Eyes of the Desert do get chased off from that forest there. A lot of their shots would get mitigated by those trees. And Doomflayers might be pushing a little too far, and they do end up turning around. Game of Slaves taking a bit of damage there from the Chosen of the Gods, and they're going to get out of there. Boner Giant shooting at the Poison Wind Globes and doing some good, solid work there, knocking off quite a few models. Natty Booper Sharpshooters now shooting into the Bone Giant. Probably want to push back a little to mitigate some of that fire, but it should be fine for a little while. DJ Kotep shooting into the Warplock Giselles and doing fantastic work, especially with the help of the regular Ushapti. We're doing great stuff, hitting them with that shield breaker as well. So, I think it was the Chosen of the Gods. Yeah, the normal Ushapti don't have it. So the Chosen of the Gods just butchering those Warplock Giselles. Rat Ogres jump in on the front line, running through those Skeleton Warriors, who also take a Poison Wind volley and forcing them into crumbling. Same with the Skeleton Warriors as well. Rat Ogres now pushing through the front line. Gonna be able to get on top of that Bone Giant, hopefully. Do have a Flensing Ruin hitting the Kotep plus the Chosen of the Gods. That's a wonderful, wonderful Flensing Ruin there. Brass Orb on the Eyes of the Desert. Not sure what that's about. Also want to turn the Eyes of the Desert around and start focusing them in. And that's, I think, what they're about to do. The Tomb King's player is focusing them in on Ikit Claw and the Rat Ogres. Kotep definitely needs some support here. Oh my god. That is one thing that the Tomb King's player does not have, is some support in the backline. Definitely would have kept those King Naharkar's skeletons in the backline. Quite unfortunate. Kotep is now down for the count. The assassin is in here. getting on the top of the Ushapti great bow, and you know, he's stopping them from shooting at the very least, which is what matters, and that rival high talisman is not allowing them to really hit that assassin either, bringing the melee stats into the toilet there. Chosen of the Gods still shooting in there and doing some solid work. They can't really target the Natty Booba sharpshooters as they are hidden, but they can go back to targeting the poison wind globes if need be, or the other Warplogic Zells. But these Ushapti are now compromised by the Doom Flayers and Mr. Icky Claw himself, shutting those guys down, now forcing them into crumbling status. Kashep just got freaking melted. But maybe the Tomb King, maybe the Tomb Scorpion and the Bone Giant will be able to clutch this out. I don't know. The Bone Giant is going down the crumbling. The Ushapti are shooting up again as well. Eyes of the Desert get hit with the Flensian Ruin, which is going to be doing some brutal work. Will they get a volley off before Icky Claw gets a charge in? They do get a partial volley off, and Icky Claw is in there. But they do have a bonus versus large in melee. And as Icky Claw starts to leave, he might get some volleys in, but actually the Doom Flayers jump in. And Doom Flayers will absolutely get massacred here, as you could see. I mean, they are getting destroyed, melted. Oh my god, those Doom Flayers are regretting that choice to fight those guys. Ushapti doing some wonderful freaking work here. Ushapti are really just clutching this game out for the Tomb Kings. Chosen of the Gods doing fantastic into the Poison Wind Globes. There's Ushapti doing great there as well. A Brass Orb hitting the Kemper Guard, going to do some solid work there. Tomb Scorpion is surrounded by Rat Ogres, which obviously it doesn't want. Rat Ogres have some pretty good AP and the mass to stop it in place. But if the Tomb Scorpion does just turn around, it could cause havoc elsewhere. Though it being surrounded by Rat Ogres doesn't seem to actually be that big of an issue. It's not actually taking all that much damage, and the Rat Ogres might end up routing here fighting it. Oh my god. Yeah, and there they go. The Rat Ogres rout, and the balance of power is looking more in the favor of the Tomb Kings. Bone Giant and the Ushaptis are just clutching it out here. I mean, the Eyes of the Desert, obviously you got to put respect to their name too, but they're not doing as much as the Ushaptis. They have some pretty good value though, but now they're getting hit by the Flames of Ruin, and they are going to get finished off. Icky Claw taking some shots in the back here though. Will the Bone Giant get another shot off? Here we go before he goes into melee. I don't think it will. No, it doesn't. Bone Giant might actually get finished off here as well. 1780 HP, though Icky Claw is now surrounded by the King Negahara Scorpion Legion. These Ushapti get summoned in, and we're chasing after Skeleton Spearman, helping out that front line. These Tomb Scorpion, rather, these Skeleton Warriors are now free. Natty Booba Sharpshooters were out of ammunition anyways, but they are compromised by Skeleton Warriors. You have the Kemper Guard still up and about, and they are healing in the meantime, up to 100 models right now, 99. But they will continue healing up. They do resurrect models, don't they? Yeah. So they should be able to do some good work. Clan Rat Spears trying to chase down this Tomb Scorpion, pin it down. But there's one thing that Tomb Scorpion does well. Its animations really help out a lot with having to deal with spears. Mitigates a lot of the damage they would normally take. Brass Orb doing some wonderful work into those Skeleton Spearman ROR, and the Ushapti are not able to get up and shoot as they're constantly being attacked by Icky. Bone Giant still shooting in, trying to finish off those Rat Ogres and trying to shatter them, and they do get shattered. Very nice. Bone Giant able to turn around, but no, actually has 7 HP, and he does eventually crumble, unfortunately for him. Though we do have the Chosen of the Gods still up, shooting into the back of the Clan Rats. And really well played here by the Tomb King player here. Forcing them to continuously chase after the Tomb Scorpion, opening their back up to the Chosen of the Gods as they shoot at them. Chosen of the Gods will turn around and start focus firing Ikit, but obviously they're better at fighting infantry. That doesn't mean that they won't do okay in them. And we get some point blank shots in from Ushapti, who come back, and nice. Tomb Kings clutch it out there. Well played, Shiryuki. Well played. Well played to both players, but nice job bringing it back there after that Katep snipe. Yeah, just barely caught those snakes there. Otherwise, I think the snakes might have been able to stabilize and stay up. Some really good flensing runs all around, though. They did some fantastic work. Look at the value, 676 here on Mr. DJ Kotip himself. He did get sniped out, but he did do okay. He is pretty risky on his Roomba when you don't have any like mass really to stop anything from trying to snipe him out. But I do really like him on his Roomba. 225 here. Everything else fine. 571 on the Kepler Guard. Kepler Guard doing some wonderful work, really. Once the Poison Wind Globes and Rat Ogres kind of got dealt with, what was really going to deal with the Kepler Guard at that point? I mean, I guess Ikit Claw could have grinded them out. Tomb Scorpion didn't really do a lot of value, but you know, it did his work. It did his job. 1314 on the Ushopti, 931 on Naze, 1282. Ushopti really just carrying Tomb Kings on their back there. Boner Giant did okay too, just even after he fell. 922 value. Just sniping at Rat Ogres, sniping at Ikit, etc. Wonderful work. 1041 on the Eyes of the Desert. 3025 on Ikit Claw with those cleansing runes. They just did tremendous work and did a lot of damage. And then plus, of course, he helped snipe out DJ Kotep. Everything else did alright. Poison Wind Globes, okay. Not really all that great, actually, as they were mostly pummeled before they even got to actually do any significant damage. They probably got a volley or two off into skeletons, but aside from that, not much else. 1900 value in the Nanny Boobo Sharpshooters. Rat Ogres did alright. And 577 on the Doomflayers. Doomflayers took so much freaking damage from those sneaky snakes. Oh my god, yeah, they just charge into them, and next thing you know, you see their HP absolutely plummet. They just like hit a wall. It was literally just like them running into a freaking wall and just being stuck there on the wall. Jopti were absolutely working overtime. I'll probably do 4 o'clock. I'll probably cast maybe 2 more. 2 or 3 more, we'll see how I'm feeling after this next one. Let's see. Nardu, I can cast another one as well if you would like. But also we do have a bunch more. Do have Tomb Kings against a Dowie. Do we want to see a Dowie game? High Elves game could also be nice too. Could see how the Swords of Chaos do. Korn versus Slanesh could also be worthwhile. You have a Chosen of Slanesh there too, with another Nakari game. Chaos Knights. Yeah, you're right, yeah. If you're not bringing snacks, you're not playing TK right. I mean, you're never gonna not see me freaking take the sneaky snacks, because they're just that good. Straight out. New player advice. Here's how you build Tomb King's army. You pick your lord, and then you put snacks, and then fill out the rest of your army. That is it. Quote me on that. Always remember, bring the snacks. Me versus Coast game was a good one. Okay, but Nardu, Should I save that for a video or should I cast it on stream? Because that last one you gave me was pretty good, and that was definitely video worthy. I'm not saying these videos aren't video worthy, or these replays aren't video worthy, but you need a standalone video with all the editing and whatnot could be pretty nice. But I should have done versus Kulik. Mass Nick. Whatever you want. I mean, yeah, theoretically, what does Kulik do against Mass Nick? What can they do against all these snakes? He can try to smash him with his hammer, but guess what? He's gonna get shot before he gets there by those snakes, and then he's gonna get stabbed by their big old pokey sticks. E versus Skaven game is pretty goofy. Let's see here. Let me try to find it though, because let me get rid of this one. I liked that one a lot. Who did Imodium and Archangel? Yeah, that was also pretty good there. I casted this one, right? No, I haven't casted that one yet. Let's see. Yep, is it this one? I presume so, yeah. The double scorpion, yeah. Group 1 down to purple bell. Yeah, I could do double scorpion. That could be good stuff. Let's do some double scorpion there. I just casted that one. Here we go. Oh my god, I love that. I love the, I just noticed the portrait for the Doom players. That's incredible. The screaming rat in anticipation. Alright. You have another Tomb Kings game. We've seen a lot of Tomb Kings today. Cetra on his chariot. Okay, hell yeah. You never see this bad boy on his chariot because objectively the War Sphinx or his horse is typically just more worthwhile. But we do have Mr. Cetra here on his chariot of the gods with Joff's incantations, Blessed Blade, Incantation of Vengeance, and then the Restless Dead. You have the Sneaky Snakes in the back line for some sneaky plays. Skeleton Warriors up front. The Hekara Warriors. Ishapti Great Bow and Chosen of the Gods. And then we have double Tomb Scorpion Vanguarded. I forget that the Tomb Scorpions have Vanguard, and I love that. Cool stuff. See how they do. Skeleton Horse Archers will be the skirmishing for the Tomb Kings. I'll pause it real quick as there seems to be some commotion over there. Icket Claw on his Doom Wheel with Brass Orb Unlimited Power, and Storm Demon, plus Howling Warp Gale, Cleansing Ruin, and Musk of Fear. Skaven Slaves and for the front line, really. And got some Natty Boobo Sharpshooters, Warplock Giselle's ROR, plus the Avalanche Mortars. Cool. You never see these guys because they're they're expensive and they're kind of hard to really. I mean, kind of hard. They're hard to protect. Just with general most Death Globe mortars, or rather mortar globes, whatever they're called. Plus, we also have a Warp Lightning Cannon as well, and some Doom Flayers plus Rat Ogres. I guess you could really utilize your Rat Ogres to try to protect them, but it's tough. Yeah, they should do great into Shopti and just general skeletons. We also have some Wolf Rats as well, Vanguarded, who immediately get caught out by the Skeletal Horsemen, and then get eight for more Skeletal Horse Archers, so I think those Wolf Rats are going to go bye-bye, but Skeleton Horse Archers are taking quite a bit of damage in the meantime. These Horse Archers shooting in on the Skaven Slaves. Are we going to have these shots in from the Avalanche Mortars? Yes, we are. See if they can do any solid contact work here. Already getting okay. They just missed like 90% of the shots. What just happened to the Warp Lightning Cannon? Oh my god. They just got routed off completely. Okay, Skaven. Tomb Scorpion just walked up, did a little snippety snap, and they just dipped out. They were like, nope, we're not having none of that. No mechanized scorpions, please. Cetra running away as he gets frenzied and ruined. Taking a bit of damage. Also takes a shot in from Ikit. Was that the Storm Demon, or was that just a... Yeah, it was the Storm Demon. Does okay. And, yeah, just getting slowly poked down. Avalanche Mortars taking quite a bit of damage from those freaking Oshapti there. That is why they're such a risky pick. Is because look how fast they are just melting. And they barely did any work at all. The Hakar Warriors taking a bit of work from those Avalanche Mortars, but really not worth it at all. And Sharpshooter shooting in onto Cetra there, and he's taking quite a bit of damage. Brass Orb and hitting these Skeleton Warriors and Hakar Warriors. Claw maybe taking a fight that he doesn't want to, as he's now being blinded by that contact effect from the Blessed Blade of Petra, bringing his melee stats down to 4 and 12. He's having a tough time there. On the other flank, Tomb Scorpion just running amok in that back line, now being chased by Rat Ogres, and the infantry is now getting into contact. The Skeleton Archers probably have been forgotten about, but you know, that's gonna happen with so many units. Tomb Scorpion definitely needs to be brought out, as he's definitely doing worse. It's definitely doing worse against the Rat Ogres this time around in this game. Warp Lightning Cannons probably getting back up onto the artillery pieces. Sneaky Snakes are getting some devastating shots into those Rat Ogres. These Rat Ogres are really clumped up here on the Tomb Scorpion, which, to be fair, they did get rid of it, but definitely don't need more than one of them on it, and the other one can be sent over to either the other side, but definitely not into the Eyes of the Desert. But if you do, you want to do it with both of them and get a proper surround of them, as they're good at finding large targets, but not when they're being sandwiched. You have Ikit Claw just fighting amongst here in this blob against Cetra. Without Cetra's blade, he is now in danger of that fight there with Ikit Claw. Definitely wants to get out of there. How's he doing so far? 80 kills running through their back line. Do we get a Incantation of Vengeance? Where at? I'm not sure. Might be hitting something that I don't know about. But this is another Storm Demon shot. Whoa, my god, Cetra's dead. It's 276 HP. He's now into probably crumbling here. And this freaking Tomb Scorpion just punts a Rat Ogre across the map. But yeah, Cetra, he's gonna fall here. I hate to say it. My true Hakar King, this chariot falls, and he's gone. He's a goner. But the Tomb Kings might be able to clutch it out here. Chosen of the Gods still up and shooting, but they are now being attacked by Rat Ogres and not able to shoot any more. Skeleton Warriors trying to drag down those Rat Ogres. Shopti pulling out and trying to get up and shooting again. These Eyes of the Desert will turn around, face base front and begin shooting at the rat ogres. Rat ogres are going to take a tremendous amounts of damage from that, and they do from that partial first volley. The warp lightning cannon crew trying to come back, but the Hekar warriors are definitely going to say no to that one. Another frenzy rune hitting this Tomb Scorpion and doing some okay work there. But it really benefits from actually hitting more than one unit. So, even though it's doing okay against the Tomb Scorpion, it would have been much better suited elsewhere, like over here. But the Tomb Scorpion obviously is worth trying to take down. Though these warp lightning crew has been shattered off, rat ogres have gotten rid of the Nehekar warriors as they're now in crumbling status. This Tomb Scorpion, however, did get rid of this rat ogre, and the skeleton warrior is in crumbling status as well. Balance of power is looking much. Wow, I did not see these. Where the heck were these guys? And I just completely missed them. Oh, that's so sad. These guys, 33 kills, 221 value. They really missed a lot of the show here. Guessing they were over there on the other flank and I just missed them completely. But cool seeing these guys. I just hate the fact that they're about to get absolutely brutalized by these Chosen of the Gods. Yeah, as you can see, yep, just quite unfortunate for them. Dead rats, a whole bunch of dead rats. And quite sad for them. The super elite infantry here just getting absolutely butchered. Beautiful work there from the Tomb Kings. Well played to both players. Oh, that's a... Oh my god, they were kiting the freaking sensor bearers the entire game? That is some value right there. I mean, sure, the sensor bearers obviously would have probably gotten nuked by, the Chosen of the Gods a lot sooner. But even then, like, that is some really good value there, just kiting those guys. 648, 632, and 106, or 548, excuse me. Etc. It was cool seeing you on your Chariot of the Gods, but it was quite unfortunate how much of a beating you took from Ikit. Ikit was cheating. He's using magic, so... And he's, high on Warpstone, so we'll pretend we didn't see that. But yeah, that Storm Demon was absolutely brutal. He has a really small HP people on that chariot there. And I don't know if the chariot also still suffers from other chariot bugs where they get like double hit from things, from missiles and stuff. So. But yeah, brutal time for him. Second time a Tomb King's Lord has been sniped out by the Skaven there, by Ikit. And Ikit still manages to fail his plans. Ikit may be a mastermind, but the rest of his army is not. They're backstabbing him. Tomb Scorpions did alright. Didn't do as good against the Rat Ogres this time, like the last game, where somehow it managed to survive against Rat Ogres and just like rout them off, which was so weird. But yeah, this time they actually got circle beaten by the Rat Ogres and didn't have much use aside from... I can't believe it, like, routed off that Warp Lightning Cannon with just that one initial engagement. Like, what happened there? the crew for that Warp Lightning Cannon was just like, Tomb, Mechanized Scorpion, nope, I'm out. Let's dip. Screw Ikit. Screw the rest of this army. We're out. 1136. 2395 on the Chosen of the Gods. Beautiful work. Again, Shabdi just really clutching it out here for the Tomb Kings once again, doing some beautiful work. Maybe this stream is just all about showing how good the Chosen of the Gods are and how good the Shabdi are. Plus this sneaky snakes, of course. 1479 here on these guys. Naked Claw, 3285. Again with the Flensing Ruins, just brutal with those. But wasn't enough there, Mr. Ickett. 221 on the Plague Fencer Bears. I'd like to see them for a fraction of a second before they got nuked by Shopti Great Bow. But interesting to pick them in this matchup. Maybe to, I guess, fight the Kepler Guard if they are brought. Rat Ogres did alright. $874 here on the Avalanche Mortars. Despite only shooting a few shots, they still managed to pick up some decent value, but definitely a very, very risky pick for picking these guys. They got shut down so extremely quickly by the Shopti. Like, my God, they were gone. And yeah, 91 value on the Warp Lightning Cannon. 452 here on the Natty Boo Boo Sharpshooters. Doom Flayers did 492. Didn't even watch what these guys did, but... honestly, I think he tried to do a drop engines tech and goofed up the micro. Possibly, yeah. Possibly could be the case. But yeah, I mean, like, they barely took any damage, the crew itself. And they were just gone instantly. Really, like, that's just a picture-perfect representation of the Skaven there. Gets hit once. Yeah, I'm out. Nah, I'm not doing this. This is why Tretch is better. He does the backstabbing. Listen, Tretch is something else. I find it funny that Tretch, the backstabber, is really the only one that actually can hold himself in a fight for a good amount of time. Queek I guess he can hold, but does he actually do any damage or anything? Not really. Watch what you say here. Listen, go Skaven next new player tournament, and we can see about me putting some respect on Stretch's name. Oh crap. Yeah, Nardu, you're not a new player anymore. Wait, but I mean, you still competed in this tournament, right? You became a Rat Ogre presumably on Thursday during the new player tournament of Human Boys. So I mean, can Bone Rippers... well, I'm assuming Bone Rippers can continue to play in these new player tournaments. Considering Nardu did. And Nardu, you are a Bone Ripper. Let's get that straight. Okay, Angel, you say that, but I saw Bwags. I watched the Warpstone Cup match. Him bringing double help hit Queek against Greenskins against Human Boy. I casted that game, in fact, and he didn't do crap. He didn't do shit. He did nothing. Nada. Zitch. When the RTK once, twice for... oh, okay. I like that. I like that. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not too bad, yeah. Because one, that puts a lot more emphasis on it being skill rather than luck against which opponents you get matched up against, and two, it makes the value of winning a new player tournament, graduating from being a new player, a lot more valuable. It raises that value up, right? So that could be something that I could do as well. That could be interesting. But the issue is for my Dom tournaments, for my new player tournaments, is that the new player people who actually win those tournaments are actually very, very, very much not new players, like in the way they play anymore. Like, so. But no, I like that. I like that. I can see it. It's fine to play in a new players tournament, even if you won one, it is a boner. Oh. One Human Boys tournament for RTK, it has to be a 2-win, so if you're early beginning. Gotcha. Yeah, I like that. That's fun. Has there been a single person who's won twice yet? I presume not, right? Because we've had 4 tournaments so far, and I don't think the same person has won multiple times. The reason I'm asking, even though I've casted all of these, aside from the first one, I don't think I casted the finals for the first one. I think I only casted like replays. Yeah, that's the reason why I'm asking. Losing my train of thought there. Nurgle has won like 6 tournaments in a row. Nurgles, are you smurfing in new player tournaments? Is that what you're doing? You're so fed up with Dowie players and real tournaments, you're smurfing in new player tournaments? Is that what we're doing now? I don't think the top 3 have been that. This is smurfing. His account is Nardu. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think I've seen the same top 3 from when I see it get announced in the server. I think you're right. Yeah. I'm really interested to catch this game. So we'll see another collect. I mean, 3 war lines. I'm scared to see if there's really anything here that can do anything about the collect. Yeah, we'll see. Let me see if there's anything else first. I do like Tehenoin being brought here. Is he on the Engine of the Gods? I think he is. Yeah, considering the HP pool. Dowie players, Resident Sleeper. PA, stop hitting yourself. Yeah, we do have a Dread Saurian here. I mean, do I need to live up to my name and cast a Dread Saurian game? Did this one. Got a Jabberslite in this one. Mass Centaurs. You got Nikari on for Taurus in here against Korn. Anarian. Another Hayseed game. This is the one that's one I casted, yeah. Yeah, whoa. Demon Prince of Korn? But it is another Skaven. We could do coast. We could do coast. But that's a Queen Bess. I'm sure that's going to get shut down really quickly. We'll do a Queen Bess. We'll do Nardu versus Inno. I know. We got a Supreme Sorceress. I don't think of. I think a fire. Yes, a fire. You can tell from the background and one. You can tell from the background and the way the portrait is, but also two, is because Nardu told me. Sorceress of Fire with Burning Head on horseback. That's on the little cold one. Nice. With Dread Spears for the front line, and then do we have Kindle Flame? Please tell me up. Yes, you do. Plus Arcane Conduit. What is Nardu? An amateur? No, of course they bring in Kindle Flame. Dark Shards as well. A whole bunch of Dark Shards, and no surprise there. A whole bunch of Dark Shards can be pretty effective against Vampire Coast. Blackguard on the right hand flank. Just a single Blackguard again. I like that. I like that you're doing that. Nardu. Double Witch Elves with some Harganeth Executioners. Hey, yeah, nice. Nardu, the people's champion, bringing in the fun stuff. Got some Harganeth Executioners. They should do great against Depth Guard. And then we have some Dark Riders on the flank. Mourngulls. Hello. Dreadful unit, but we'll see how they do. You have a Queen Bess as well. Oh, look at this color scheme. The Queen Bess is red. I like that. But for the army, we actually have Silastra Direfin on her crab with Ghost of the Past for that Damned Knight's Errand summon, Tide Call, and Kraken's Pool with Arcane Conduit. And some good stuff for the rest of the army. Deckhand Mobs for the front line, some handgunners for those AP shots, double mortar and animated hulks, plus some depth guard pole arms, nice, and the Lamprey's Revenge. Always got to bring your Lamprey's Revenge. Lamprey's Revenge being essentially kind of your sneaky snicks for the Vampire Coast side. You pretty much always want to bring. Yeah, Queen Bess gets a dirty shot there on the Dread Spears. Oh my god. Just absolutely nuking their HP. Would have been nice to see that on the Dark Shards, however. I didn't even notice the Harpies in the back line from the Dark Elves, but those are nice. Dark Riders jumping in on the Mourngulls. Mourngulls hate taking a charge. They have 30 armor and 26 freaking melee defense. Especially if they don't get a charge off as well. They're going to do some decent work into those Dark Riders, but definitely not a great fight for them. Dark Riders making it through the back line as well. We do have some Harpies setting up for a flank 2. Another dreadful shot there, hitting the Dread